Defensive lineman number 66, Max Holmes. Offensive lineman number 70, Joshua Steger. Defensive lineman number 51, Tim Nicky. Defensive lineman number 93, Kendall Jernigan. Defensive lineman number 97, Kenneth Charles. Defensive lineman number 96, Andre Hicks. At linebacker, number 55, Terrence Nurse. Defensive lineman number 49, Jabara Williams. At linebacker, number 45, Derek Choice. Defensive back number 22, Jarrell Barnett. Defensive back number 41, Corey Barlow. Defensive back number 21, Chad Haynes. Defensive back number 11, Jeremy Claiborne.
Villa with feature twirler Heather Anthony. It's the Stephen F. Austin State University Lumberjack Marching Band, the boldest sound from the oldest town. SFA proudly presents the 2008 Lumberjack Marching Band. The symbol of our great nation by performing the traditional "You're a Grand Old Flag."
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the 50-yard line as we conduct a ceremony honoring our newest cadets being sworn in as officer candidates in our ROTC program. In this ceremony, these students will raise their right hand and pledge an oath that symbolizes their commitment to become an officer in the United States Army following graduation. This oath, which dates back to the Revolutionary War, demonstrates their commitment to serve as leaders in the Army and ready to face the many challenges brought about by current global events. The students before you will serve as officers in the active and reserve components of the Army and will lead soldiers in all parts of the world. While attending SFA, the Army funds their college education as an important investment in the future of the Army. These students represent numerous academic disciplines and come from all over the state of Texas. Several have served in the active Army as enlisted soldiers, while some currently serve in the National Guard while attending college. Some are also veterans of combat deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan. These students represent the best and brightest that SFA, the state of Texas, and the United States of America have to offer. Upon graduation, these cadets will join the ranks of over 500 Army officers appointed from SFA since the inception of the program in 1968. This evening's honored students are Taylor Harward from San Antonio, majoring in kinesiology; Rory Menino from Silsbee, majoring in criminal justice; Brandon Dean from Mansfield, majoring in physics; Connor Herderick from Hallsville, majoring in history; Tyler King from Orange, majoring in nursing; William Galindo from NACOGDOCHES, majoring in criminal justice; John Welch from Palestine in kinesiology; Jeremy Workman from Crosby, Texas, majoring in psychology; Kirby Kreitz from Kingsville, majoring in nursing; Aaron Hayes from Kingsville, majoring in history and political science. Administering the oath this evening is the chair of the Department of Military Science, Lieutenant Colonel Todd Reichert. We ask that you please stand for the ceremony and remain standing for the national anthem.
That I take this obligation freely, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am preparing to enter. So help me God.
Officer candidates with a big round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you please remain standing and join the Lumberjack Marching Band and Director of Bands Fred J. Allen for our national anthem. State University is proud to introduce, under the direction of choreographer Candace Kerbo and the field leadership of Stacy Wright and Chelsea Hendricks, the unique twirling styles of SFA's Twirlajacks, performing to that old favorite, Wabash Cannonball.
now, ladies and gentlemen.
Stand as the Lumberjack Marching Band further echoes the great traditions of this university by playing our alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, they are the boldest sound from the oldest town, your Stephen F. Austin State University Lumberjack Marching Band. David W. Campo and Assistant Director of Bands, Brett Richardson. The staff of the LMB includes graduate assistants Jerry Gonzalez and Kenny Peters, undergraduate teaching assistants Roger Marquis and Mark Nicholson, percussion coordinator Kenny Peters and Jason Morgan, guard coordinators Shaman Wilkes and Janessa Malone, operations manager David Light. Managers for the 2008 Lumberjack Marching Band include Brandy Randor, Roger Marquis, Robert Larlo, and Chris Roman.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your 2008 SFA Lumberjacks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Homer Bryce Stadium. Tonight's game is the South Dakota State Jackrabbits and your SFA Lumberjacks. A friendly reminder that Homer Bryce Stadium is a no-smoking facility. Non-sports congestion is prohibited. All guests must be seated in the designated area.
The NCAA Southland Conference and Stephen F. Austin State University require good sporting conduct by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Your cooperation in supporting the game participants and officials in a positive manner is expected. Profanity, racist, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and may lead to removal from the Homer Bryce Stadium. All guests are prohibited from entering or being on the field without proper credentials. All public access to the stadium should occur at the concourse level. The concourse is to be used as a passageway only. Spectator loitering and concourse congestion is prohibited. All guests must be seated in the designated areas. The field will be closed to all spectators without credentials for a minimum of 15 minutes following the conclusion of the game.
Parks go back deep to receive it for the Lumberjacks. SFA in all purple. South Dakota State in the gold pants with the white jerseys, blue headgears. Jacks will be moving it toward the north end zone from right to left as we get underway here tonight on a nice, clear evening here in NACOGDOCHES.
Jacks have been averaging almost 20 yards on a kickoff return so far this year. We've done a great job.
Here's the kick, bouncing at the 10, picked up by Brooks at the 9, up the field the 20 at the numbers. A flag flies. He goes down at about the 23-yard line as General Parnell, not Colonel Parnell, but General Parnell there on the stop. But a flag again thrown in there near the pile, and we'll await the call from the referee here tonight. Southland Conference crew, Roger Gaskamp is the official.
On return, holding, number 51 on the kicking team, receiving team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So a hold on the Lumberjacks on the kick return, so that'll cost us yardage back to the 14-yard line, and that's where we'll set it up. First and 10. South Dakota State runs a 4-3 offense. Danny Batten is the big guy, defensively rather. Batten, the defensive end, a 6'4 junior from Gilbert, Arizona, second on their team with 29 tackles. He leads them with 3.5 sacks. He is the left defensive end, number 54. As Moses works out of the gun with trips to the left side. Takes the snap, inside give to Tyrone Ross. Ross will be hit at the 15. Batten there, among others, as he stops Tyrone after a gain of 1, maybe 2, out to the 16-yard line. But a flag, or rather a stoppage of play, as a defensive back is slow to get up for South Dakota State.
Tell you what, that's something the Jacks haven't done in their first 3 ball games, is come out and run the ball on the first play. Now, Ross didn't pick up a lot of yards, but the one thing that it is indicating here early on is that maybe we're going to be a little more serious about running the ball this week.
And when you say that, Ross comes off the field, we bring another wide receiver in. So Marcus Taylor will check in. We'll go with an empty backfield.
What do I know?
Maybe the substitution created here by the fact that they lose one of their starting secondary members, as I think that was Parnell that went off, wasn't it? General Parnell that is helped off the field over there. He was listed as a backup quarterback. Empty backfield. Here's Moses. Brooks across the middle of the 30. Breaks a tackle at the 40. At midfield. Brooks down the near sideline at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds at the 30-yard line. There's Dwayne Brooks in stride as Joseph Blackman is able to run him down and knock him
all the way down to the
30.
30-yard line. The Jacks have made a huge play here on their second snap from scrimmage. And the key is they hit Brooks in stride.
That's it. Dwayne never had to slow down and got into the secondary and got a good block downfield as well. And Dwayne streaking up the sideline for 55 yards all the way down to the 30-yard line. And the Jacks set things up there 1st and 10. Moses with Ross back in the game now, set to his right. Jeremy working out of the gun. 2 receivers to either side. There's the inside give to Ross again, looking for a hole, bouncing it around. Now ducks it up in there and gets it down to about the 26-yard line. Just waited for it to open it up. Finally it did. He gets about 4.
Nothing wrong with that. Not a thing wrong with that. You know, you're right, though. He's tried to come around that left side, and boy, it was plugged up, and he just kind of waited, and he finally saw that little gap. He jumped up through there.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Now 2 men in the backfield with Moses. Jeremy takes the snap. Short roll out to the right side. Ross in the flat at the 25, the 20. Ross down to about the 18-yard line as Tyrone just takes the quick swing pass out in the right flat. Danny Batten, the defensive end, downfield to chase him down, but another Lumberjack first down as we take it down to the 17-yard line is where they'll mark it, a gain of 9.
Tell you what, this offense is looking pretty crisp right now.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Tyrell Williams, the lone wide receiver, out to the wide side of the field. 2 to the left side and 2 setbacks in there with Moses. Short snap, Jeremy looking left. Has time now, he's flushed. Moses will go down back at the 19-yard line as Jason Nobeling, a 6'6 senior from Husley, Iowa, comes up with the tackle. That's a loss back to the 18 and will go as a sack, I'm sure. And it'll be a 2nd down and a short 12, long 11 now for the Jacks. Just underway, first quarter, no scores. Moses calls the play at the line of scrimmage. Jacks with the first possession of the game here, trying to put points on the board and take an early lead. Moses to pass, looking left flat, Purvis with the catch at the 20. Vincent changes directions at the 16 and will be hit and will go down right there as Purvis was trying to avoid a couple of tacklers, and finally about 5 Jackrabbits bring him down, led by Cole Brody. That's a gain back to the 16-yard line, and the Jacks pick up 3 on that one, and it will be 3rd down and about 9.
3rd and 9. Jacks have got to get the ball down to just inside their 7-yard line to pick up the first here.
Now we'll flood the right side, go with the empty backfield. 3 men wide to the right side. Williams near in the slot. Moses looking that way. Flanker screen, Brooks. Brooks at the 10, down to the 9-yard line.
He's close.
Going to be about a half-yard short, it would appear, but the line judge here on the near side runs in and spots it near the 8. Chris Johnson there on the stop for South Dakota State. And it's still going to be about a yard shy of the first down and decision time, and doesn't take long to make that decision. We'll trot Corey Long out there, try to put points on the board here with our first possession of the night. Down to the 9-yard line. This will be officially a 27-yard attempt as the spot will be just inside the 17-yard line on the left hash mark. Long 0 for 1 on the year of field goal attempts, missed from 43 yards a week ago. This one from 27. Kick has plenty of distance, and it's good. So the Lumberjacks break out on top here as they take the opening kick of the ball game, move it straight down the field, and put 3 on the board. So the drive stalled a bit as we get it down there after the big play from Dwayne Brooks, but it results in points. 3-0, Lumberjacks in front. We'll take a timeout on the field. Lumberjack football continues after this.
Eight plays, 77 yards. Oh, good start.
Yeah.
See what we can do now.
Well, the Lumberjacks get on top here, 3-0, leading South Dakota State as SFA goes 77 yards in 8 plays, takes 3 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock. Corey Long tacks on a 27-yard field goal. We lead 3-0. Here's a short spinning sky kick that's fielded at the 23. South Dakota State runs a reverse off of it, and here they come back to the right side. One Lumberjack there. They string it out to the 40, the 45, and pressed out of bounds at the 47-yard line goes Jerron Harris on the reverse. And they actually get it all the way out to the 49-yard line, and that's where the Jackrabbits will set it up. 1st and 10. And here's the Lumberjack defense. Tim Nickey and Andre Hicks are the ends. Kenneth Charles and Kendall Jernigan are the tackles. The linebackers are Terrence Nurse in the middle, Derek Choice at the weak side, Jabbar Williams at the strong side. The corners are Jarrell Barnett and Jeremy Claybon. The safeties are Chad Haynes and Corey Barlow. That's the Lumberjack D. It's brought to you by the SFA Alumni Association as the Jackrabbits take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. The quarterback, Ryan Berry, out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking right, short screen to Minett. Minett at the 45, spinning at the 40, and will be banged down at about the 38-yard line. Haynes and Williams there to put the stops on him, but Minett moves it down into SFA territory all the way down to the 38-yard line is where they'll mark him down. So a gain of 14 on that one. 1st and 10 Jackrabbits as they run a screen on the first play of their possession. One back now as Berry will work under center. A wing to the left side as South Dakota State works with a man in motion. That wing back comes in motion. Here's Minett going left. Minett hit at about the 38, but pushes it forward to near the 35-yard line. He'll get 3 on that carry. And South Dakota State will look at 2nd down and 7.
Minett has been their main running back so far this year. He's averaging 300, or he's had 341 yards, 85 yards on the ground per game so far. He's been kind of their main cog back there.
As they work in a one-back set most of the time, but this time they'll come up and line up in the eye with the tight end to the left side. Now he'll come off the line and line up in a wing spot. So a wing left, eye set 4th to South Dakota State. Here's Minett again, right side this time. Minett inside Nickey, down to about the 30-yard line as he'll get close to 5 yards on that carry. And the Jackrabbits will look at a 3rd and short here. As Nickey is slow to get up, favoring his right arm, had his helmet knocked off. And Tim Nickey's going to have to come out.
South Dakota State, we've talked about how big they are. Up front, that offensive line's averaging 6'5", 295 pounds. They're big, big people in there.
3rd down and 2 now for the Jackrabbits. Double tight end set, man in motion from the left side as they bring everybody in tight. Here's Minett again, up the middle. Minett at the 28, hit there and is stacked up. It'll depend on the spot. And the line judge here on the near side comes in. He'll spot it, and from that one, they could be a little bit short. Terrence Nurse there for the Lumberjacks, and they're going to indicate 4th down. They're actually going to call for the chains. And they're going to have to look this one over, and I would think measure it.
Yep, they're going to go ahead and call for the measurement.
South Dakota State was already in the huddle and calling a play.
Yeah, Nickey's going back on the field. I'll tell you what.
I think he just got a stinger.
Yeah, he acted like he got a stinger there. He just got hit the wrong way and had that little pain that kind of goes down your neck into your shoulder, and you just got to get out of there and let it wear off. It's not a real debilitating injury long term, but boy, short term it hurts. Oh, they're well short.
Yep, a couple of feet short of the 1st down. So 4th down here for the Jackrabbits, and they don't take a lot of time either here thinking about it. As the offense stays on the field, they'll go for it here on 4th and 1 from the 29-yard line. Tim Nickey urging this building crowd to get loud here and try to help this defense. They would like nothing more than to get a big stop. We thought we had Western Illinois stopped in their first possession last week and were called off sides. That kept the drive alive in which they scored. Be great here to get a stop and get off the field and let the offense go back to work. 4th down and 1. They need a couple of feet. Jackrabbits will line up in that 2 tight end set with a fullback and Kyle Minett, the 5'11 sophomore from Minnesota, dotting the I back there. Here's the man in motion from the left side. Everybody in tight. Give it to Minett. Minett, right side, has a hole, hit at the 26 and down at the 25-yard line. Chad Haynes is there as it opened up on the off-right tackle. And the safety, Chad Haynes, makes the stop, but a 1st down for the Jackrabbits at the SFA 24-yard line, a gain of 6.
Boy, they they really tightened up their line splits in there. They had everybody bunched in tight. They just blocked down and kicked out, and Minett was just able to go right off tackle for 5 yards in the first down.
Back to the shotgun now for Ryan Berry. He's a 6'3 senior from Watertown, South Dakota. Works out of the gun. Jack show pressure. 4-man front for SFA. Jabbar Williams on the outside. He comes. They pick him up. Here's Flush Berry now. He'll run at the 20. Hit at the 19, and he'll go down at the 18-yard line as Ryan Berry will pick up about 6 yards on that one. Derek Choice is there for the Lumberjacks. As South Dakota State picked up the blitz coming from the outside that time as Williams came, but they did a pretty good job of picking it up.
The Jacks had some good pressure up front. That's what caused Berry to have to step up. But when he started to run, we didn't have anybody out there watching him. The linebackers were all back in coverage. Nobody had held in there as a spy, and Berry was able to run for the 6 yards.
2nd down and 4 now for South Dakota State. 2 tight ends again. 2 receivers wide to the right side. Now the tight end to the right flexes off the line in the wing. Moving motion back to the left. Single back now is Minett. Here's a quick pass set. Berry, he's hit, and broken up. Tim Nickey. From the left defensive end spot, as Berry had his feet grabbed, and he was trying to get it out to his tailback Minett in the right flat, but Nickey jumps up and bats it down. So a stop there for the Jacks. 3rd down now and 4.
You know, from where Berry was,
lateral.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm almost thinking that was like a backward pass, and that we should have been treating that like a fumble.
So a 3rd down and 4 here. Another chance perhaps to get off the field. Although South Dakota State in field goal range, as they'll set Minett now to Berry's left. Out of the shotgun, Jackrabbits. 2 receivers wide right side. 2 safeties back deep for the Jacks. Here's Berry to pass. Up the middle, overthrown it, incomplete. Thought we might have a shot at a pick back there. Jerron Harris, the intended receiver, but it's incomplete. 4th down now and 4, and the field goal unit will come on. Peter Reifenrath, a 5'11 sophomore from Decorah, Iowa. He's 5 of 6 on the year on field goals, along a 42. This will be a 37-yard attempt from almost square in the middle of the field. 8:01 to go. Jacks leading 3-0. But the Lumberjack defense doing a decent job here on this first time out.
Jacks blocked the field goal last week against Western Illinois.
Good snap. Get pressure back there. Reifenrath's leg has plenty of distance, and it's good. So South Dakota State answers with a field goal of their own, and with 7:56 remaining here in the first quarter, our new score is SFA 3, South Dakota State 3. We'll take a quick timeout. Lumberjack football continues after this. Field goals. South Dakota State set up by a good kickoff return. Here's Reifenrath's kick. John Deere. Fish and Steel, you're an official John Deere dealer in Nacogdoches. The kick back to Parks. Parks up the gut at the 25, the 30, and spun down at the 32-yard line. So Contravius with another good return. Sets the Jacks up in decent field position. Parnell there again on the stop for the Jackrabbits. But the Jacks will take over 1st and 10 at our own 32-yard line.
Last time the Jacks came out and went 8 plays, moved the ball 78 yards, ended up kicking a 27-yard field goal, gave them a 3-0 lead. Let's see if we can match that drive here again. Jackrabbits
went 32 yards on that scoring drive, but took them 9 plays to move it 32 yards. So no big ones given up by the Lumberjack D on that possession. 1st and 10 now for SFA. Tyrone Ross is a setback to Jeremy Moses left. Jeremy, take a quick snap, quick flip out in the right flat, catch is made, and stacked up over there at about the 37-yard line. I believe that was Brooks. Now that's Aaron Ray on that catch as Ray makes his first grab. Antonio Thompson there on the stop for the Jackrabbits, but it's a gain of about 5 yards. Second down and 5 now for the Lumberjacks at our own 37-yard line. As we'll send Ray now.
South Dakota State's very, very leery. They've got 3 safeties standing almost 10 yards off the line of scrimmage.
4 down linemen for the Jackrabbits. They'll bring 4. Here's Moses. Time again. Right side. Brooks. Catch made. First down Lumberjacks. As Brooks catches it in front of General Parnell, and Parnell rides him out of bounds, but we'll pick up about 9, almost 10 yards on that one. First down Lumberjacks as we move it out to the 47-yard line. Give him 10. And it's another first down for the Jacks. 7:08 to go, first quarter, score tied at 3. Each team scoring on its first possession. Jacks here on their second try, trying to put 6 on the board. Here's Moses. Changing the play again, or trying to get Shannon Dawson to signal it in again. Now they move George Bias out a little wider at right tackle. Inside give. Ross with room at midfield, the 45, and Tyrone Ross breaks one off for about 10 yards. As he'll move it down to the 43-yard line.
That's amazing. That they call that play, they get Bias to take a step and a half, widening it out, and that tackle moves right with him, and that was Ross's running lane. Boy, great call, guys. Great call.
Pick up 8 on that officially. Second down and 2 now as the ball's at the Jackrabbit 45-yard line. Second down and 2 for the Jacks. As Moses again has setbacks to either side of him. Give it to Ross again. This time no running room.
Too much penetration.
Ross. As that time, Stephen Bazada, the backup defensive tackle, was there. His 9th tackle of the year. 6'5 junior from Howells, Nebraska. A loss of a couple. Third down and 3 now for SFA at the Jackrabbit 46-yard line. Ross now will move over to Moses left. 2 receivers wide left, 2 wide right. 5:50 to play, first quarter, score tied at 3. Here's Moses with a snap. Quick pass right side. That's Ray breaking the tackle. Can he get to the sticks? He does. It appears at the 43-yard line. As the tackle that time, Jimmy Rogers on the stop. He leads them with 35 tackles coming in, 16 solo stops, but it took 2 Jackrabbits to get Ray down. That broken tackle gets him just enough for the first down and keeps the drive alive. First down Jacks at the South Dakota State 42-yard line. Trips now come to the left side. Here's Moses with the snap looking that way. They cross underneath. Here is Brooks with the catch at the 38-yard line. Dinking them to death here. Another 4-yard completion there, but moving it down the field, Derek Domino on the stop for the Jackrabbits. But a gain of 4, second down and 6.
You know, Brooks just followed basically in the shadow of Tyrell Williams that was running across under there. And when Tyrell cleared him out, that left Brooks in there wide open.
Vincent Purvis now, the setback to Moses' right side. As Jeremy takes the snap, looking right. Trying to get one in the seam, and that's an
interception. It sure is. The ball was underthrown and behind.
As General Parnell, I think, Parnell with the pick. A diving grab down around his ankles at about the 23-yard line. Jeremy saw something, the receiver saw something else, but there was nobody in the area. And it goes as an interception, so that drive stops on the pick, and the Jackrabbits take over at their own 23-yard line. So moving it well, but the interception stalls that one, and South Dakota State will get a chance here to take a lead. As it's tied at 3, and the Lumberjack defense back out there. A bit of a longer field here for the Jackrabbits this time, as they'll start at their own 23-yard line. As Ryan Berry, the quarterback, will work out of the shotgun. 4 men down front for the Jacks. Jabbar Williams cheats in on the end down here. And they'll bring him. Here's Minett running away from him, but Jabbar chases it down from the backside, and they stack Minett up after a gain of only a couple out to about the 25-yard line. Give him 2, as there were about 8 Lumberjacks piling that up and pushing it backwards. But with Jabbar Williams from the weak side just chased it down from the backside.
You know, Jabbar is the number 2 tackler right now on the Lumberjack team. He's out there with 20 tackles so far on the season. 10 assisted, 10 unassisted. So that's telling you that the big man's getting out there and doing it all by himself right now.
Second down and 8 now as Berry will work under center here with Minett the setback behind him. 1 back set, 2 tight ends for the Jackrabbits. Berry taking his time. 5-step drop, looking deep over the middle. Tie off his hands, intercepted. Jabbar Williams at the 32. Off the hands of the tight end, and the turnover gives it right back to the Lumberjacks at the 31.
Tell you what, that was huge right there. The ball was a little bit behind the tight end, and he just didn't get a clean grasp on it, and Jabara was right there, scooped it up. Jacks take over on their own 31 going in.
Well, that's a great thing. You turn it over, the defense goes right back out there and gets it back for you. And the Jacks are right back in business again at the Jackrabbit 31. So 3-3 the score. The Lumberjack offense back out there. George Bias is out there at right tackle. And the Jacks open up this time with a 2-back set. Purvis in the backfield. Moses looking deep, trying to go to Edison, overthrows him. Dominique kind of broke the route off. And Moses was throwing it more to the post. Edison was trying to come underneath it. The pass overthrown and incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
You know, throwing the ball deep in this offense has not been one of the easiest things for us to do. We've been a lot better off throwing the little 5 or 6 yard slant and then letting the receiver make the play after that.
Cornell Tarrant was out there that last time. He's back off the field now as the Jacks go back to a 1-back set. Here's Moses, right side. Here's Marcus Taylor with the catch. His first of the year, tackled immediately as Tyrell Williams couldn't get the block out there as they were trying to get the flanker screen. But Taylor, with his first grab of the year, goes for a loss of a couple back to the 33-yard line. And the Jacks right here looking at 3rd and 12 and needing some yardage here to perhaps give themselves at least an opportunity to try to kick a field goal.
Taylor last year as a true freshman really had some bright spots. I think everyone remembers how well he was able to run with the ball after the catch, and they were probably trying to utilize him right there on that little screen.
He's the near man in the slot on the left side this time. Here's crossing routes underneath. Taylor open at the 25, makes the grab with the shoulder and gets it inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. So 3 games without a grab. He's got receptions on back-to-back plays and another Lumberjack first down.
14 yards on that reception. Nice job by the sophomore.
All the way down to the 19 because he didn't have the first down when he lowered his shoulder, and that extra effort got the first down as he moved it down to the 19. Moses again out of the gun with Purvis to his right. Good snap. Here's the pressure, setting up the screen. Vincent has it at the 20, cuts it back inside the 15, wiggling his way at the 10, knocked down at the 8-yard line. The screen goes for 11, and another Lumberjack first down. Danny Batten chases it down and makes the stop for the Jackrabbits.
I'll tell you what, that was a lot of linemen coming through, even against our offensive linemen at times. They did a great job of letting them through.
Trips now go to the right side. 2:52 to go first quarter, 3-3 the score.
Look for Tyrell Williams. They'll try to get the ball up for the big man to go up and get.
He's the near man in the post. Moses looking that way. Underneath. Ross at the 5. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. Clear it out. Tyrone Ross came underneath it, and he's into the end zone untouched. So the Jacks take a 9-3 lead, awaiting the extra point here of Corey Long.
5 plays, 31 yards.
As Long will kick it out of the hold of Dalton Williams. As the Jacks trying to take a 7-point lead here. Corey on the year, 11 of 11 on PATs. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it's good. So 2:40 remain here in the first quarter as the Lumberjacks take a 10-3 lead. The defense gets the pick. The offense goes out there and punches it in. A big conversion by Marcus Taylor on 3rd down keeps that drive alive as we keep this one right here. And the Jacks lead it 10-3.
Official corporate sponsor of SFA Athletics. Tipton Ford. Get there.
And that touchdown. Vincent Purvis has got 2 for 14. Marcus Taylor 2 for 12. One of those was that big first down pickup where he bowled through 3 of the Jackrabbits to pick up that key first down. Aaron Ray's got 2 catches for 10.
Jacks go 31 yards in 5 plays, take a minute 26 off the clock. Tyrone Ross, an 8-yard touchdown grab from Jeremy Moses. And our score is 10-3. Lumberjacks in front of South Dakota State here with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. So the Jacks tee it up at the 30-yard line. As this kick is about ready to get underway, Fish and Steel Equipment, your official John Deere dealer in Nacogdoches.
Last kickoff, the Jacks tried to do one of those little pooch kicks, and the Jackrabbits ran that reverse. Brought it all the way back out to the 49-yard line. Let's see if we kick it deep this time.
As Corey Long kicks this one away. It's taken at the 9-yard line. The wall sets up. A crease at the 30, of the 35, the 40, back up the middle of the field, at midfield, and down at the 49-yard line. But another good return by the Jackrabbits. Cole Brody with the return back to the 49. So again, a short field for South Dakota State.
You know, we're getting a wall buster down there, and he's doing a good job of breaking it, but there's nobody behind him. The Jackrabbits are doing a good job of getting a shoulder pad on everybody else, which is creating that lane.
So South Dakota State, again, a short field here as they take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line, but Brody that time with a 39-yard return all the way out to the 49-yard line, 1st and 10, South Dakota State. They'll bring it everybody in tight again. Wing right side, eyes set here for the Jackrabbits as they'll work at 1st and 10, play action. Looking deep, has a man wide open. Wide open, pass is underthrown and caught at the 10. No, did he catch it? No, they're going to call it incomplete.
Incomplete.
It came free. Jerron Harris was running free. Ball stayed in the air a while. Chad Haynes was able to close and get there. And Ross, I guess, didn't control it as he hit the ground, and we dodge a bullet.
I think that's exactly what was happening. He didn't have control as he was coming down, but boy, I'll tell you what, he broke through there. He looked like the first guy into the buffet line sometimes, and he was out there by himself.
So we dodge a bullet there as they try the play action, and they got just what we wanted what they wanted. Safety's biting, and a wide receiver running free, but he can't come up with a catch. 2nd down and 10 now. Now they'll spread it out. 4 wide receivers.
Mix up
play, and down in they get the handoff off, going off left tackle. As I thought Barry was going to be sacked for a loss back there. John Thomas had him, but he gets it into the hands of the tailback, and Minett picks up yardage out to the SFA 47.
I think every defender out there saw Barry turn the wrong way and Minett run into the back of him, and they all went for Barry, and somehow or other he was able to slip it to Minett, and the next thing you know, he's picked up a hard 4 yards.
So big 3rd down now, 3rd down and 6. With 1:50 to go here in the first quarter, Jacks leading 10-3. Big 3rd down play here. Here's Barry out of the shotgun. 2 receivers wide to the right side. Takes the snap. Pressure from the backside. Nicky gets there.
Big sack.
Nicky gets there and drops him for a sack at the 49. And a flag. They're going to call Nicky for excessive celebration. So the sack will go for nothing. As the referee will call an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Lumberjacks. And the defense will have to get back out there and play it again.
Automatic 1st down.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
So a big sack is, in its essence, wasted. And instead of getting the ball back, you give them a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line now. So South Dakota State, by virtue of the flag, stays on the field here at a 1st and 10 now. Wing to the right side. And now a timeout, SFA. As J.C. Harper wants a timeout, wants to get his defense over and talk about it, I guess.
Well, he wants to gather him a little bit. He wants to let him kind of take a deep breath and get past that penalty. But I know he's also talking to that referee right now.
Yep.
You can see him. He's like, come on, what are you talking about?
Nicky,
my gosh, that's just an emotional play. That's just an emotional play, and kids are going to do that. He didn't do anything to try to embarrass the player that he just sacked. All he did was come up out of there and raise his hands and get excited.
He was coming off the field. He's done it for 3 years. It's the same thing he's done after making those plays for the last 3 years. That time, Roger Gaskamp throws the flag and cost the Jacks 15 yards and a fresh set of downs for South Dakota State. And the Lumberjack defense will just have to try to rise to the challenge here and make another play.
I hope the next time we score a touchdown, we don't try to high-five anybody. My gosh.
A chance here again for a little retribution, though.
Boy, that was a great defensive stand for the Jacks. That was unbelievable. Come back after giving them a big kickoff return back out to their own 49-yard line. Hold them on an incomplete, a short run to Minett, and then Nicky to come off that right side and make that sack. That's something we haven't seen so far out of this defense in the first 3 games. That's a lot of emotion. That's what JC was talking about needing to have.
South Dakota State lines them up tight. Wing right, tight end right, power right. Toss it that way. Here's Minett trying to get right, and he'll go down at the 36-yard line. No gain on that one, as Jeremy Claiborne came up to help support it from the cornerback spot, and it was filled nicely from the inside. And it'll go for no gain, or a gain of maybe a half yard. 2nd down and 9.
Just a good job by that defense. A lot of people flowed to the ball.
Quick scoring update here. John Deere College scoreboard. We'll get some scores for you in just a moment, as there are 4 other games involving Southland Conference teams underway tonight. And we'll get to them in just a minute. 2nd down and 9. Tight end to the left side. That's the wide side of the field now, as Minett is set to the right of Barry. They bring pressure. It's picked up. Flanker screen. Catch at the 36 and knocked down right away.
Boy, great open field tackle. Late flags coming in.
Derek Choice with the stop at the 35, and the flag is from the field judge. Lumberjack coaching staff saying it's against them.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, 75 on the offense, 15-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So the center, Kevin Roebling, is flagged for the personal foul. That'll cost them 15 yards and move it all the way back to midfield, the 50-yard line, and they will look at 3rd down and 24 now from the midfield stripe. And here's some other scores. Southern Utah leading at Texas State 10-0 with 8:44 to go in the first quarter. No score. Southeastern Louisiana hosting North Dakota. Northwestern leading Southeastern Oklahoma State 14-0. 3rd and 24 here. Wing left side for the Jackrabbits. Snap back to Barry. Nicky coming. Nicky knocks the ball loose. It's loose. I think
Jack's
Thomas came up with it at the 45.
Jack's got it.
There's the retribution, as Tim Nicky that time quietly gets up, and this time the Jacks will not get the flag. Rainey Stearns comes up with a fumble recovery.
What a great job. Nicky came off the ball, and he was not going to be denied.
So 1st and 10 Lumberjacks at the Jackrabbit 46-yard line now, as the Lumberjack offense again scoring on 2 of 3 possessions. Interception ended the other, but we got it right back. The defense did. And Moses and company stuck it in the end zone. We lead it 10-3 with 29 seconds remaining here in the first half. Tyrone Ross the setback to Moses left as he sends 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. That's the wide side of the field. Moses looks that way. Flanker screen. Brooks gets a block, the 40. He'll go down at the 40-yard line as Dwayne split a couple of defenders, and they were able just to grab an ankle and hang on. Brooks held to a 6-yard gain. As the tackle that time, Isaiah Jackson, a 6'2 junior from Chandler, Arizona, backup middle linebacker making a stop.
Don't say it like just 6 yards.
Well, that's true.
If you could get 6 yards on every first down play, there'd be a whole lot of offensive coordinators still working.
2nd down and 4. Here's a flag, or actually the whistle stops play. The clock had run out, I think, on the quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, our score, SFA 10, South Dakota State 3. Timeout of the field. We'll take it as well. Lumberjack football continues in just a moment.
Throughout the 2008 season, SFA Athletics will take the time to recognize outstanding youth members of the community with an opportunity to serve at the Boys and Girls Club Honorary T-Sweeper. Tonight, let's give a big SFA welcome to Shartavius Trotty. Shartavius is a 4th grade student in Mrs. Matthews' class at Carpenter Elementary and is the son of Charles and Rose Trotty of NACOGDOCHES. Shartavius has been a member of the Boys and Girls Club of NACOGDOCHES now for 4 years. He's also a member of the Piney Woods Youth Football League and a star on the Cowboys' 8 to 9-year-old football team. Let's hear a round of applause for Shartavius Trotty and all of our young fans supporting the Lumberjacks tonight. And a special thanks to the Boys and Girls Club of NACOGDOCHES for their support of SFA football.
Lumberjacks leading 10-3 here over the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. In that first quarter, Jacks outgained South Dakota State, 144 yards of total offense to 31 for South Dakota State. Remember, they had 32 on their first possession. That's when they kicked the field goal. Since then, minus 1 yard offensively for South Dakota State. First downs 6 to 3. First downs Lumberjacks over South Dakota State, but most importantly, it's 10-3 the score. 2nd and 4 right now for the Jacks at the Jackrabbit 40-yard line. Moses changing the play at the line of scrimmage as he moves around shouting it out. Out of the gun, takes the snap, gives it to Ross. Tyrone at the 40, the 35, stumbling down to the 31-yard line. A gain of 9 and another Lumberjack first down. As on the stop was Jimmy Rogers for South Dakota State, but a gain of 9. 1st and 10 Lumberjacks at the Jackrabbit 31-yard line.
You know, they finally figure it out. When they see those linebackers as far off the ball as they are and they're getting those big splits, they can run him up through there.
Here's Moses to pass again. Tyrell Williams at the 25. Tyrell down to the 24-yard line. 7 yards on that first down. Jackson on the stop for the Jackrabbits. 20th ranked team in the country coming in. 2nd week in a row we've played the 20th ranked team in the Sports Network poll. This week, a little bit better so far. Here's the inside give to Ross. That time, nothing doing as he's knocked down at the 25, a loss of a couple. And it'll set up 3rd down and 4.
A lot of penetration that time up the middle. Doesn't work every time. Purvis checks in for Ross now.
Marcus Taylor is in the slot on the left side. Dominique Edison is the wide man that way. Brooks is the wide man on the right side with Tyrell Williams, the big receiver, near side, right side. Moses looking left, though. The quick out. Edison. Can he break the tackle? Can't do it. He'll go down at the 16.
Still good for the first.
It is good for the first, and a gain of 9. As we'll move it down to the 16-yard line, and it's a fresh set of downs for the Lumberjacks. If Dominique breaks that tackle, he runs and scores.
You know, this is the problem for a defensive unit. Who do you cover?
Yep.
Do you cover Brooks? Do you cover Williams? Do you cover Edison? Who do you cover?
Dominique man-to-man out there on the island on the short side of the field right now on the left side. Moses looking right at the snap. Now back left. Here's Edison to the end zone. Can Dominique grab it? He did! Yep. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. The officials waited a while to signal it, but Dominique, a great acrobatic catch, and the Jacks go up 16-3. So Edison, a great grab. As Jeremy with a good pass just over the reach of the cornerback over there. And the Jacks take a 16-3 lead here with 13:33 to play here in the first half. As Corey Long on to attempt the extra point. Out of the hole to Dalton Williams. Can put us up by 14. Good snap back. Kick is on its way. And the Memorial Hospital extra point is good. 17-3 with 13:33 to play here in the second quarter. Jacks in front by 14. Lumberjack football continues after this.
At Regions, now there's an easier way to do something good for yourself while doing something good for the environment along the way. Introducing Regions Life Green Checking and Savings. You can earn more green with a savings bonus of up to $250. You can do more for the environment with features that use less paper. And you can do it all simply with free, convenient e-services. In short, you can get more green with Regions Bank. Regions, it's time to expect more green.
They answered the interception with their own interception, and then they came back and made a great stand out there. Held them on 3rd down the first time, and then there was the personal foul, and they turned right around, came back and got after him and sacked him a second time, forced the fumble.
So Dominique Edison with that touchdown catch moves into 10th place on the all-time list in touchdowns scored here at the University. His first reception of the night also made him 10th in receiving yards in his career in Lumberjack history. So a big night for Dominique Edison as he moves into the top 10 in 2 categories. Jacks go 46 yards in 6 plays as Dominique Edison takes the 16-yard pass from Jeremy Moses, and the Lumberjacks in front 17-3 over the Jackrabbits.
Well, let's get off the snide here on the kickoff team. This has been our worst play of the night. Both times on kickoffs, the Jackrabbits have been able to return the ball out to their 49-yard line. Let's see what we can do this time with this bunch. See if we can hold them down there in the shadow of their own goalpost.
So Fish and Still, your official John Deere dealer in NACOGDOCHES. This kick brought to you by Fish and Still as Corey Long kicks it from the 30-yard line to our left. Early second quarter, Jackson front by 14. Long gets a foot into this one, all the way back a yard deep in the end zone. It'll be returned at the 10, at the 12-yard line, stacked up and down at the 13-yard line. Rainey Stearns, I think, downfield with the coverage for the Jacks on that one, and they don't get a return. Brandon Gant brings it out from a yard deep and is dropped at the 12-yard line, is I think where they're going to mark it down. So a return of 12 yards and good coverage.
The Jackrabbits come out to start this game, and they're handing the ball off right to Minett, left to Minett. Minett's just kind of the man going. But since that first series, we've taken the running game away, or we've really quieted it down, and we've tried to force Berry to throw the ball, and he doesn't look comfortable throwing it so far.
Wing left, single setback is Ryan Minett, or rather Kyle Minett. As Ryan Berry, the quarterback, short set. They bring pressure. They get to him. He's down at the 6. I think that was Williams.
That was Jabara coming off the right side.
So the Jacks bringing pressure tonight, and a couple of times it's gotten there. Tim Nicky's gotten to him twice. Williams gets to him that time. A loss all the way back to the 6-yard line. Second down and 16 now for South Dakota State.
Northern Iowa last week in the first half had a great half. They sacked the quarterback 3 times, and apparently we've done a good job of studying the tape.
They'll go tight end to the right side this time. That's the short side of the field as the Jacks set 4 men down front. Second down and 16 here. Jacks got them pushed back against their own end zone. Don't let them out. Here's Berry with the snap. Short set. Hit as he lets it go. It's tipped in the air. Dropped up by Claybon.
Oh, he should have caught it.
And incomplete.
He should have caught it. We got a whole room full of coaches next door, and they're all holding their hands up in the air.
Berry couldn't step into that one. It floated a little. I don't know who was hitting him in the gut as he let it go, but the Jacks were getting pressure right up the middle that time, as Derek Choice was the man applying the pressure. And that brings up a big third down.
Jacks do a little substitution on the defensive front. Kendall Jernigan comes out. Andre Hicks comes in.
Lumberjack defense coming to play tonight. They've allowed 25 yards of total offense now. Get a stop right here. 4 down linemen. They spread it out. Here's the snap to Berry. Berry from his end zone steps up. He has a lot of room. Should he decide to run, he will. Choice will run him out of bounds, though, at the 14-yard line, well short of the first down. So the Lumberjack defense does their job. And what appears to be another 3 and out for South Dakota State. As Berry runs it up to the 14. And the Jackrabbits look at 4th and 8 and will have to punt from their own end zone as Dean Pretty is on to punt for the first time.
First punt that we're going to see tonight, back deep for the Jacks. Dwayne Brooks, Contravius Parks.
2 men back deep to receive it. Jacks with 9 on the line of scrimmage as Pretty averaging 42 yards a punt, standing at his goal line. A good snap back, no pressure. He gets a wobbly punt away, a short one, that will hit at the Jackrabbit 47, fielded by Parks, and he is smothered immediately at the Lumberjack 48-yard line. So a punt of about 39 yards and no return on it. Kyle Brody on the stop for the Jackrabbits, but the Jacks on a short field again take over at the 48-yard line. As actually they'll mark it down near the 49, and that's where we'll start things out. So we flipped the field on them pretty good there and come out of there with great field position. Still 12 minutes to go first half. Jacks leading 17-3.
Well, the key to that was great kickoff coverage that time. And the Lumberjack defense, after that first series, has been playing lights out right now. Our defensive front's been owning their offensive line, and that's something that I was really concerned about going into the game. But, boy, these guys have come to play right now.
1st and 10 now for the Jacks as we will come out with an empty backfield this time around. 5 wide receivers out in the formation. Marcus Taylor is the 5th receiver.
And we don't have TV tonight. What are we waiting on?
Well, this is the timeout policy.
Okay.
Following the punt, but there's been 3 scores. Really don't know why they took it, but they did. So we wait for the officials to hold up play here for 70 seconds.
Well, they've got a score up on the final down there, 52-10, Texas over Arkansas. Oklahoma and TCU are still 0-0 in the first.
Houston beats Eastern Carolina today, 41-24. So U of H, you're back into action off the hands of Dwayne Brooks.
Oh, you don't see that very often.
Dwayne jumped high in the air. He was running just a deep end down there, and Jeremy's pass just a touch high. Brooks had to go up, but still off his hands and incomplete.
Well, that's usually a sure thing when he gets his hands on the ball. Boy, he's been a nice addition to the offense this year.
Been huge. Good guy in the locker room as
Yep,
well.
Great leadership, too.
Second down and 10. 17-3 here. Jackson front. Still 12 minutes to play first half. Moses calling the play.
One linebacker right now.
Yep. They bring 4. Counter move up front. Here's Cornell Tarrant. Tarrant at midfield. Gets it outside of the 45. Spilled at the 42-yard line. A late flag comes in. And Cornell Tarrant running downhill off left tackle. We'll have to see what the flag was about.
Mark him out to that's down to the 41-yard line.
A gain of close to 9 yards, but a penalty. Will it be against the Jacks? South Dakota State's indicating perhaps that it is. I don't know what it could be. Tarrant really, I thought, was the only guy over that territory.
Unless they're going to call a hold on somebody.
Roger Gaskamp, the referee tonight. We await his call. As apparently it was a hold.
Number 82 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, spot and foul.
So the hold against Roderick Warren, it is a spot foul, and they set the flag down at about the 46-yard line, so that'll move the ball back to the SFA 43, and the Jacks will replay second down. So back to the 43-yard line, second down now at about 17 for the Lumberjacks. Let's make the second 16, as Moses will work with a setback to his right, Tarrant. A little high snap, here's the screen to Tarrant. Jackrabbits sniffed that one out, though. As they didn't bite on the screen that time. And out there to make the stop for the Jackrabbits was Antonio Thompson, a 6'3 sophomore from Sioux Falls. He had help out there as well from Jimmy Rogers, but Tarrant has stopped for no gain at all.
One of their linebackers was shadowing him the whole way. Tarrant never had a chance to get his shoulders turned upfield. He was hit right after he caught the ball.
Third down at 16 now. Jacks looking to convert. So far on third down tonight.
Oh, high snap.
4. High snap over Moses' head. Jeremy has to just run back and cover it up.
That was the second high snap in a row. This one was just too tall for him.
Moses falls on it back at the 25-yard line. That's going to cost the offense some numbers as the ball moves all the way back to the 25. But we retain possession and a chance for Drew Nelson to come on and punt it away.
Oh, that hurts you right there. You don't want to see that.
So fourth down now. Ball all the way back to the 25-yard line. And Nelson will have to punt it away. Drew, averaging 39.9 yards per punt, has a long of 51. He's down 6 inside the 20. Jackrabbits with not much pressure. Nelson, a high, wobbly kick, taken at the 46-yard line. Room to run, but not much. Down at the 41 is the return man, as Jabara Williams and Dustin Kemp for down there. Gordon Booker also down on the stop. Barlow Reed apparently on coverage as well for the Lumberjacks, as South Dakota State will take over at their own 41-yard line. Trailing by 14, 17-3, 10:22 to play.
Well, we're getting a little feedback in here right now. Or at least I'm getting some feedback.
Not sure. So first and 10, Jackrabbits.
Thank you. I want to thank you.
For the Jackrabbits. As again, we lead it by 14, 17-3. Jacks right now, 29 plays, 171 yards of offense. Jeremy Moses, 17 of 20 for 163 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interceptions here in the first half. Ryan Berry, their quarterback, just 2 of 7 for 14 yards. He also has been picked once. And the Jacks have picked up 3 big sacks here in the first half. As the officials again stop and play here.
You know, you're rolling along. Teams are exchanging kicks, and all of a sudden here we are back to back, and we got this long delays. Just kind of takes your momentum away.
First and 10 here for the Jackrabbits. They'll start up with a tight end to the left side. Now sets back into a wing spot. So a wing left for South Dakota State. Give it to Minett, the tailback. Coming right, he finds a little room. Terrence Nurse is there for the Lumberjacks, but not before Kyle Minett gains about 8 yards all the way out to the SFA, or to their own 48-yard line is actually where they'll mark him down. So give him 7 officially. To the 48, second down and 3.
This is exactly how they started this ball game off. They came out in that little power set, and they were just bouncing Minett off tackle right, off tackle left, and he was gaining 3, 4, 5, 6 yards of carry.
Second down and 3 now as they line up with a tight end again to the left side. Jacks walk a man up. That's Williams on the outside over there. A lot of time at the line of scrimmage for the Jackrabbits. Give it to Minett up the middle. Minett at midfield, hit, pushes the pile forward. He'll go all the way down to the 46-yard line. Williams, among several others there. Weekender for Sorrett, up off the bottom of the stack as well as Winky in there at one of the defensive tackle spots. But a first down for the Jackrabbits as they move it down to the SFA 46-yard line. And it's a first down for South Dakota State. That is just their 4th first down of the half. Jacks 9 first downs here in leading 17-3. Here's Barry working under center this time. Minett 7 yards deep. Now the wingback comes in motion. Fake it to Minett. Out in the flat. Catch made tight end. Corey Barlow gets there and drags him down inside the Lumberjack 40 down near the 37-yard line. As on the catch that time for the Jackrabbits was Luke Greving, his 7th catch of the year. The tight end out of Alton, Iowa, 6'4", 225 pounds. As they'll move it down to the 36-yard line, and that's going to be awful close. In fact, it looks like a first down from here.
I'm surprised they haven't signaled first down.
They're going to give them a 2nd and inches instead. And the Jackrabbits bring them to the line of scrimmage. 2 tights here. Man to the short side of the field, flanked out, split into the right side. Give it to Minett. Minett picking his way, hit at the 35, stacked up right there. He'll have the first down, but it was tough sledding for him as the Jacks plugged the hole pretty well. Terrence Nurse, Logan Mullins also there for the Lumberjacks. As right now, there are 3 freshmen playing linebackers out there. Derek Choice, Terrence Nurse, and Logan Mullins. Actually, Nurse a sophomore and 2 freshmen. So 1st and 10 now, South Dakota State. Eye set, wing to the right side. Minett again. Minett breaks it back to the middle of the field, the 30, the 25, and will be knocked down at the 24-yard line, a gain of 11.
That was just a cutback by him. The point of attack was all plugged up. He cut back to the right, and our pursuit had already flowed. He had a pretty good lane, took him all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Gain of 11 all the way down to the 24, and it's a first down for the Jackrabbits as Joe Savoy checks in. Mullins will come out. Jabbar Williams also back out there now. Claybon and Barnett are the corners. Corey Barlow and Chad Haynes are the safeties. Jacks leading 17-3, but South Dakota State on the march. Wing to the right side. Minett, the single setback now for the Jackrabbits. Wing comes in motion. Give it to Minett. Up the middle. Minett hit in the hole. Terrence Nurse grabs him by the ankle. And some help comes and keeps the gain to a minimum. In fact, maybe no gain as they'll mark him down at the 24. Rainey Stearns there to help finish him off.
Well, I tell you what, that was a nice job by Nurse because Nurse is starting 5 yards off the ball. And to get up and fill that quickly and make that tackle for no gain, that's exceptional recognition on his part.
Kyle Minett now 12 carries for 47 yards. They've got 69 yards of total offense. Minett has 47 of it on the ground. 2nd down and 10 now for the Jackrabbits. Eye set for them as they are at the Lumberjack 24-yard line. Give it on the delay to Minett. Left tackle. Minett leapfrogs the pile at the 20 and gets it down to about the 18-yard line where they'll look at 3rd down there and about 4, depending on the spot. They could give him near the 17. That's a gain of about 7. Jarrell Barnett there to help finish him off. Call it 6 officially. 3rd down and 4 as they'll mark it just inside the 18-yard line.
Big down coming up here for our defensive unit. They've played well this whole half, particularly this second quarter.
3rd down and a long 3, short 4. Wing to the right side for the Jackrabbits. Eye set, Minett. Minett coming left. Minett hitting the hole. He'll be stacked up and dropped at about the 17-yard line. A couple of yards short. Williams leading the way for the Lumberjacks. So he needed 4. He got about 1.5 yards, and the field goal unit will come back on for the Jackrabbits with 6 minutes to play here in the half. Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. So an attempt of about 34 yards as the spot will be on the left hash for the left-footed kicker, Peter Reifenrath. 5'11" sophomore from Iowa, 5 of 6, or making 6 of 7 on the year. Had one earlier from 27 yards. And whistles a timeout. Jacks are going to take a timeout. So with 5:35 left here in the first half, Lumberjacks take a timeout. It's their second here of the first half. We'll go ahead and take it as well. 5:35 to go, 17-3. Lumberjacks in front. SFA football continues after this.
I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you. Yes, I wanna thank you.
Thanks to all the members of the SFA family, like these, for showcasing their SFA spirit. Show your SFA pride by joining the SFA Alumni Association today. Memberships start at $40.
Return to action. The kick is up and it's good. So 5.5 minutes remain here in the first half, and South Dakota State held to a pair of field goals as Reifenrath connects that time from 34 yards out. We've got a new score and another quick timeout. 17-6. Lumberjacks in front with 5:30 to play. SFA football's back.
Hi. Is that your chopper, City Boy?
Guess that's not gonna cut it out here, babe.
Join the defending country champions ladies at volleyball team October 4th at 2 in the afternoon. They battle at K-State. Coliseum. For all your ladies and Lumberjack information, visit SFAJacks.com.
Vincent Purvis and Aaron Ray back deep.
Efficient Steel Equipment, your official John Deere dealer in Nacogdoches with this kick. As the Jackrabbits trailing the Lumberjacks 17-6 here with 5:30 remaining in the first half. And the Jacks get the ball back. Short kick taken by the up back of the 24. That's Purvis at the 25. Vincent will be spun down at about the 28-yard line. As down there on the coverage was Eric Feller for the Jackrabbits. And the Jacks with a short return on a short kick out to the 28 is where they'll mark him down. And the Lumberjack offense will take over there with still a lot of time. 5:25 to play first half.
It's been a good half so far for the Jacks. 9 first downs, 167 yards passing right now, 170 total yards, 5.9 yards per play. And the Jacks are 3 of 5 right now on third down conversions. And our defense, we keep talking about how well they're playing. South Dakota State is 0 for 6 so far tonight on third down conversions.
Wow. 1st and 10 now as Moses brings 2 setbacks here on first down out with him. Jeremy takes the snap, looking, has time. Now short roll to his left, upfield. Catch made, Ray at the 38. Aaron spins forward to the 40-yard line.
Good for a first.
12 yards on that pickup as Aaron hit immediately after the grab by Kyle Brody, the cornerback. But a 12-yard, or Cole Brody, but a 12-yard pickup and another Lumberjack first down at the 40.
That motion in the backfield with the 2 running backs froze everybody in the middle and allowed Moses to roll out here and find Ray all by himself. 1 linebacker again.
1st and 10 now. 4 down linemen for the Jackrabbits as SFA has them spread out up front. 2 receivers wide either side. Inside give, Ross. Ross fighting for yardage but can't get much as he gets just back to the line of scrimmage as Danny Batten, that defensive end, came quickly crashing down inside there and grabbed Tyrone for virtually no gain.
Maybe that's what they're going to start doing. They're going to start giving that one linebacker looking, and them linemen are going to start slanting up there. And that's going to make your blocking assignments a little tougher, but you just got to be looking for it. Here we go again.
2nd down and 10 for the Jacks. 3 receivers wide to the right side. Moses looking that way. Going up top. Has 2 men there.
Oh, he's pushed out.
Brooks and Parks were both in the same spot and can't come up with it as Jeremy leading him to the boundary and just out of bounds.
2 receivers in the same spot. If you don't have that happening, if you leave Brooks over there by himself, I'll tell you what, if Parks hadn't drifted over, Brooks would have probably had room to make the catch.
So a 3rd down and 10 now as Marcus Taylor comes on. And the 2 guys who just ran the deep route get a break. Tyrell Williams lines up as a tight end on the right side now. We've seen this a few times.
Got across midfield.
Here's Tyrell over the middle of the 50. First down, Lumberjacks. Tyrell lining up as a tight end, comes up with a 14-yard grab and another Lumberjack first down as Tyrell will come out. And we'll trot some fresh receivers out there. Derek Domino on the stop for the Jackrabbits, but another Lumberjack first down.
Freshman Brandon Scott's out there right now, 1 receiver spot.
3 receivers wide left. Moses trying to set up the screen. They sniff it out, but we block it well. Here's Ross at the 40, at the 35, cutting it back inside. Tyrone still on his feet, down to about the 34-yard line. A gain of 12 on the screen. And the Lumberjacks on the move here with a fresh set of downs at the South Dakota State 34-yard line. Rogers on the stop.
South Dakota State's trying to sub over there, and I tell you what, they're having a hard time getting guys on and off against this no-huddle offense.
1st and 10 Lumberjacks at the Jackrabbit 34. Here's Moses, short set, looking right side, underthrows Brooks and incomplete. Dwayne trying to come back to it, diving, but it's incomplete. Parnell on the coverage for the Jackrabbits, and that'll stop the clock with 3:51 to go here in the first half, and the Jacks in front 17-6.
Jacks are back on the ball now. South Dakota State's trying to run people on and off.
As Rogers checks out, he's their leading tackler. He'll go to the sideline for a rest. Moses with Purvis in the backfield with him now, looking left. On the slant, Taylor at the 20, he'll make the grab. They'll mark him down at the 21 as Marcus on the slant goes to a knee to make the grab. Brody, the nearest Jackrabbit. First down, Lumberjacks at the 21, a gain of 14.
Boy, I tell you what, Moses threw it to a spot that time because Taylor had not even broke. He hadn't even looked back for the ball yet.
So Taylor with 3 big catches tonight. Another first down. Here's Moses looking left. Everybody underneath. Underneath, here's the man dragging, overthrowing Edison. Just led him too far, and it's incomplete. Taylor had cleared it out running deep. Dominique on the delay as Marcus Taylor will come out now, hobbling as he's favoring his left ankle as he comes off.
Yeah, he got knocked down during that deep pattern. Those 2 defenders down there kind of took him to the turf.
Roderick Warren checks in. He'll go wide to the left side. Contravious Parks is in the slot inside him. Brooks and Williams are flanked out wide to the right side.
Score here, guys, would be huge.
3.5 minutes to go, 17-6, Lumberjacks in front. 2nd down and 10. Moses with the snap, looking left all the way, out in the flat. Ross makes a man miss at the 20. Tyrone staying on his feet all the way down to near the 14-yard line. Nifty move at the 20 gets him almost 6 more yards. Actually, they'll mark him down at the 15. A gain of 6, 3rd down and 4.
Tell you what, that was great body control by Ross. He caught the ball out there, and the defender was right on him, and he kind of gave him that little limp leg and went by him, spun around, and picked up some extra yardage.
The old dead leg. Trips now to the right side. Moses looking left instead the whole way. Here's Brooks, I think. Yep, that's actually Tyrone Ross out of the backfield again, and Tyrone will have enough yardage for the first down as he gets it down to the 10-yard line, a pickup of 5. First down, Lumberjacks. Our 14th first down of the half.
You know, I know that those Jackrabbits over there thinking, you know, they got 5 wide receivers. If that's not enough to cover, now we got the running back coming out.
2 running backs in the backfield now with Moses, Purvis and Ross. Jeremy takes the snap, looking to the end zone. Touchdown! Tyrell Williams, the big man, uses his body to shield the defender away, and Williams with the grab. 2:47 to go first half. The Jacks extend the lead, 23-6.
11 plays, 72 yards.
Good drive that time. That'll kind of help equal out all that time of possession stuff we were talking about in the pregame. That's the one thing we're doing tonight. We're staying on the field, putting points on the board, most importantly. Here's Corey Long's extra point attempt. Out of the hole to Williams. The kick is up, and it's good. 2:47 remain here in the first half, and our new scores. SFA 24, South Dakota State 6. Lumberjack football continues right after this.
visit to our officer website. Ask about Bancorp South's new performance checking, featuring a bonus rate on balances up to $30,000. Bancorp South, right where you are.
Checking out some other scores. First quarter, Oklahoma 14, TCU 3. Final score, fourth-ranked Florida loses to Ole Miss 31-30. Third quarter, Sam Houston 49, Gardner Webb 10. Second quarter, Southeast Louisiana 21, North Dakota 7. Third quarter, Rice 65, North Texas 20.
Comes in on the play. Brody goes down about the 22.
Well, a little bit ahead of a gun. We're not quite at halftime yet. Lumberjacks kick received by the Jackrabbits. They had a penalty on the return, an illegal chop block that moves the ball all the way back to the 8-yard line, and that's where they'll start things out, first and 10 with 2:41 remaining. Jacks go on a 72-yard drive, taking 11 plays. Jeremy Moses to Tyrell Williams caps the drive, and Jacks lead it 24-6 over the 20th ranked team of the country, South Dakota State. 2:41 to play first half. The Lumberjack defense, who has been exceptional out here tonight. Now the umpire picks the ball up, and he's back on the march up near the 20-yard line.
Who blocked below the waist, breaking up the wedge. So it'd be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
The Southland crew correcting itself apparently. Apparently they're going to say that the penalty was against the Lumberjacks. They marked it off the other way and then picked it up and went back.
Didn't like our wedge buster. They said our wedge buster got down there and was taking people out at the knees.
So the ball moved out to the 34-yard line, and that's where South Dakota State will start out. Instead of being back inside their 15, it's out to the 34, first and 10 Jackrabbits. 24-6 Lumberjacks in front. Single setback along with Ryan Berry, the quarterback. Berry to pass.
Oh, that's holding all the way.
Has a man underneath. Catch made at about the 39. He is piled up by Derek Choice and a couple of other Lumberjacks. Jabbar Williams also on the grab.
I'll tell you what, Tim Nickey was coming around the left side, and he'd gotten around the tackle, and the tackle had such a big handful of his jersey, I thought he was going to take it off of him.
Jackrabbits trying to hurry it up a little bit. Here come the Jacks again. Out in the right flat. Catch made by the receiver at the 45. He turns and gets it across midfield and gets it down to about the 48-yard line. Is on the reception that time, I think. That time was Jordan Miranda, I believe. No, I checked that. That was 83.
Gant.
Brandon Gant instead of 23. First down, though, for the Jackrabbits. But they hurried it up a little bit. They were quick back to the line of scrimmage on that one. First and 10, South Dakota State now at our 47-yard line. As they trail it 24-6 with 2:03 to go here in the first half. Here's Barry working out of the gun. 4 men down front for the Lumberjacks. Nickey coming from the right defensive end spot. Barry underneath. Has a man at the 40. That's Minett. He breaks a tackle there as he ran away from Derek Choice. And Minett will pick up 11 as he gets it down to the 36-yard line. And another South Dakota State first down.
Yep, we had a chance to stop him short of that first down, but kind of let him bounce off the tackle. Didn't get him wrapped up real good. One of the few times tonight, and he got on down to the 36.
Jackrabbits back out. Left flat, again the catch made. This one underneath by Glenn Fox, his first grab of the night. Fox out of bounds at about the 31-yard line, a gain of 5. And that'll stop the clock with a minute 43 to play.
Jackrabbits kind of giving us some of our own medicine here.
South Dakota State with still 3 timeouts remaining. Lumberjacks with just 1. There's a minute 43 to go in the half, but SFA leads it 24-6 over South Dakota State, and another timeout on the field. As the Jacks, I think, take a timeout.
Jacks did take a timeout. They got to come over here and kind of regroup and kind of get their heads on straight for this hurry-up offense that the South Dakota group's running at them right now. They're running those short patterns just like they probably see from us all day in practice.
So with 1:43 remaining here in the first half, SFA now has piled up 242 yards of offense on the night, 239 through the air. Now the rushing number's a bit skewed because of the one high snap over Moses' head. That was a loss of 17 on that play. Jeremy's also gone down for a loss of a couple on another play. So take that away. When you look at the rushing numbers individually, Tyrone Ross, 7 carries for 18 yards. Cornell Tarrant, 1 for 4. So we've run it not, it's not like it's going to make you.
We've had 10 rushes, but the thing about it is those 10 rushes have been very critical to keep South Dakota from just
keeping them honest.
Exactly. It's made a big difference in what they're doing up there. And so far here in this first half, I think that's been as important as anything.
So the Jacks mixing it up offensively and I think defensively here in the first half, playing as well as we've seen them play for an extended period of time anyway throughout this entire first half. Now, Jackrabbits on their last possession moved it down the field and got a field goal, and this time they're threatening once again with a 2nd down and 5 at the 31-yard line. But Jacks have made it tough sledding for them. They've run 31 plays, 111 yards of offense, 58 through the air, 53 on the ground. 19 rushes for 53 yards, so about 2.5, 3 yards a rush for South Dakota State has been it. Jackrabbits out of the gun. Inside give, Minett, off left tackle. Winky saw it there, along with Logan Mullins. Also up off the bottom of the pile is Tim Nicky. But Minett will get about 3 of the needed 5, and now South Dakota State looks at 3rd and 2 from our 28-yard line. Clock rolling, 1:23 to play, first half. Jackrabbits was still, actually they took the time, or we took they still have 3 timeouts remaining. Out of the gun, 3rd down and 2, Barry to pass. Pressure is picked up, now he's flushed, he's hit, he'll go down.
That was with a 3-man rush. We had 3 down linemen coming after him.
Nicky was there for the Lumberjacks. Also, Rainey Stearns near the ball as they spot it. They're going to call a timeout. The ball will go down at the 28, so he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. And trailing 24-6, the Jackrabbits take a timeout to look at 4th down and 2. Will they kick the field goal or try to convert here with still 1:07 to play in the first half?
You know, they always tell you don't leave points on the field, and they've got a very good field goal kicker. He's been very accurate so far tonight and for the season. But even from this distance, they would be spotting the ball on the 35. It would be about a 45-yard attempt, and that would be his longest of the year so far.
So perhaps on the edge of his range, so the coaching staff having to talk this one over and decide what they want to do. As again, the Jackrabbits currently ranked at number 20. Second straight week we've played a ranked opponent. Western Illinois ranked number 20 last week in the Sports Network poll. McNeese State later in the year on our schedule, also among the top 25 teams in the country.
Well, Central Arkansas is ranked team also.
4 teams right now on the schedule ranked in the top 25 in the country. As you mentioned, McNeese and Central Arkansas back-to-back later this year, November 8th and 15th. Right now, McNeese number 6 in the country and Central Arkansas number 12. So here's 4th down and 2 on the night. South Dakota State 0 for 7 on 3rd downs. They're 1 for 1 on 4th down tries. Here's another one here. 4th down and 2 from the 28. Barry out of the shotgun. Crowd's getting loud. There's the snap back. Looking right. Nobody open. Now has a man. Catch made at the 14-yard line. And a first down. As he waited and waited and waited and finally had a man come free, Brandon Gant makes the grab. Down to the 14-yard line, gain of about 13 yards, and it's a first down for the Jackrabbits. Here's Barry. Barry with pressure in his face throws this one away out of the back of the end zone.
How about a flag here, Mr. Official?
As Roger Gascap looks at that as Jabbar Williams was hooked up with their left tackle, Casey Nips.
And it looked like he was trying to do a pin job. I thought he was going to try to count him out the way he kept rolling him over and grabbing his leg. And
51 seconds left here in the first half. 2nd down and 10. Penalties They've been a factor. Jacks 4 for 50 yards here in the first half. South Dakota State just 1 penalty for 15 yards.
And again, remember, it was a penalty that started this drive on the kickoff. We thought we were going to have them back at the 8, and yet our penalty brought them out to the 34-yard line.
2nd down and 10 here. Berry out of the gun once again. Takes the snap. 4-man rush. They get to him. He'll go down. Back of the 16-yard line. That's Kenneth Charles from the defensive tackle spot. Kenneth Charles leading the way. Another sack as the Jacks, I think, with their 4th here in the first half.
That's all the way back to the 17.
As Gascamp, the Jackrabbits take a timeout. So they take their second to stop the clock with 45 seconds remaining. Jacks leading 24-6 here with 45 seconds in essence left here in the first half. The halftime lead would be our first over a Division I opponent since leading 16-14 at North Dakota State a year ago.
That is our 4th sack here in the half. It would have been our 5th had we not had the personal foul for unnecessary sportsman or for that excessive celebration after Nicky sacked him. Deleted that sack, moved the ball down 15 yards and a first down.
So the ball back at the 17-yard line and a 3rd down and 13 following the timeout here by South Dakota State. And a chance to remind Lumberjack students that are out there listening, Jack Team Rewards program is dedicated to giving back to students who support our athletes throughout the year. Jack Team Rewards and SFA Athletics would like to thank Main Street Salon and Spa, John Heath Jr. Defense Attorney, Commercial Bank of Texas, SFA Army ROTC, the Student Government Association, Headliners Sports Bar, Sunset Beach Tanning, Brookshire Brothers, Lumberjack Bail Bonds, and Stone Creek Apartments. Jack Team Rewards, get to the game.
Jacks came into tonight with only 6 sacks on the season, quickly approaching our season total here in one game.
3rd down and 13. Ryan Berry, the quarterback. He's been banged around a little bit tonight. Jacks with 4 men down front. Nicky and Hicks are the ends. That's actually Randy Stearns at the other side. They get pressure backside. Nicky gets there. He's beating Casey Nips right now like a rented mule as Tim Nicky's just running around him. And Nicky with another sack, our 5th of the first half. 4th down, South Dakota State. Clock rolling, 27 seconds to go.
Loss of 5 on that, back to the 22.
They've got 1 timeout left, and it would appear that they're going to let time run down now and trot the field goal unit out there and attempt what would be a 39-yard field goal. As the quarterback, Ryan Berry, stands near the sidelines, the clock continuing to roll. 6 seconds left here in the half. And South Dakota State will let it run down to 1.8 before the clock is stopped. So the defense with a huge first half here tonight. We've doubled them up offensively, 242 to 120. Having run just 3 more snaps and lead 24-6. South Dakota State on to attempt
a 39-yard field goal.
Their 3rd field goal try of the night. So 1.8 seconds remaining. Reifenrath, this spot for the left-footed kicker, will be on the right hash mark at the 29-yard line. So a 39-yard attempt by Reifenrath would make it a 24-9 ball game at the half. Good snap back. Jacks get pressure. They did it. It's blocked. South Dakota State will cover it up. I don't know who got there, but there were about 3. Corey Barlow was back there, and he gets the block. As excited a bunch of Lumberjacks as I've seen in a long time.
Boy, I'll tell you what, this has been as good a half as we have played in maybe 2 years. Unbelievable, guys.
24-6, Lumberjacks leading South Dakota State at the break here, as we are now at halftime and the Tipton Ford halftime report. And the Jacks dominating play in the first half. South Dakota State held to 6 points here in the first half. The lowest point total by an opponent in a half since we shut out Northwestern State back in 2006.
With the SFA Athletic Director's Award of Distinction, making the presentation tonight is SFA Athletics Director Robert Hill. Prior to his retirement this year from the university, Dr. Terry Box voluntarily served the athletic department as faculty athletic representative to the Southland Conference and NCAA. Dr. Box also chaired the Intercollegiate Athletic Council, which is made up of faculty and staff members who advise the president on intercollegiate athletic issues. Dr. Box carried out these important responsibilities on behalf of the athletic department while a member of the English department faculty for 40.5 years. Dr. Box also served 2 years as interim chair of the English department. His commitment to the SFA athletic department was essential to the department's mission of graduating its student athletes and winning championships. The SFA athletic department is proud to present the SFA Athletic Director's Award of Distinction to Dr. Terry Box for his tireless support of SFA athletics, its student athletes, coaches, and programs. And now making their way onto the field at the 50-yard line is the 2007-2008 SFA Large Co-Ed Cheerleading Squad. Last April, the SFA Spirit Team traveled to Daytona Beach, Florida to compete in the National Cheerleading Association's National Championship. In a competition which featured nearly 100 teams who qualified from all over the country, SFA held off hard-charging rival University of Central Arkansas to take home its 6th straight national championship and capture its 10th championship overall. In addition to the team honors, partners Team Wagner and Ashley Tucker won the top partner student national championship. The team is coached by third-year head coach Tricia O'Connor and assistant coach Scott Holland. Both coaches also cheered for SFA and have won titles as students themselves. Joining the team today is Dean of Students Dr. Adam Peck and Michael Preston, Director of Student Life. They'll present the National Championship rings. The SFA Spirit teams make over 120 appearances a year at SFA sporting events and community functions. The SFA Spirit program would like to take this time to thank the SFA community, especially the SFA Athletic Department, our nearly 12,000 students, our family members, and supporters of the SFA Spirit program. Let's hear a big round of applause for our national champions.
The 1960s saw the emergence of Motown as a driving force both musically and culturally. One of the premier acts to emerge from Detroit during this time consisted of 5 brothers known as the Jackson 5. The youngest member of the clan went on to revolutionize popular music in the 1980s. Please join the Lumberjack Marching Band as they salute Michael Jackson, the king of pop, with medleys of his greatest hits. This is Billie Jean and Beat It. And now tonight's performance continues, featuring the unique twirling style of SFA's Twirl-A-Jacks, under the field leadership of Stacy Wright and Chelsea Hendricks, with choreography by Candace Curbo, to MJ's 1982 PYT, Pretty Young Thing. Today's show with the biggest hit from the greatest selling album of all time. Michael Jackson's 1982 album Thriller sold more than 30 million copies worldwide. In celebration of the King of Pop's 50th birthday and the 25th anniversary of the release of Thriller, this is Bad and Thriller. Boston State University Lumberjack Marching Band.
Official corporate sponsor of SFA Athletics. Tipton Ford. Get there.
Being right where you are is the most important part of who we are. That's how we discover the important things. The stuff that builds a relationship and helps Bancorp South bankers provide personalized service. They're why we make decisions locally, one friend at a time. On your next visit to our officer website, ask about Bancorp South's new performance checking, featuring a bonus rate on balances up to $30,000. Bancorp South, right where you are.
At Regions, now there's an easier way to do something good for yourself while doing something good for the environment along the way. Introducing Regions Life Green Checking and Savings. You can earn more green with a savings bonus of up to $250. You can do more for the environment with features that use less paper. And you can do it all simply with free, convenient e-services. In short, you can get more green with Regions Bank. Regions, it's time to expect more green.
I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you. Yes, I wanna thank you.
Thanks to all the members of the SFA family, like these, for showcasing their SFA spirit. Show your SFA pride by joining the SFA Alumni Association today. Memberships start at $40.
It's amazing how some of our most shining accomplishments arrive in the smallest of packages. NACOGDOCHES Memorial Hospital has received a 5-star rating of excellence for our maternity care services, so it's no wonder more families are placing their new arrivals in our capable hands than ever before. Now you can choose maternity care that is rated in the top 15% nationwide. NACOGDOCHES Memorial Hospital. 5-star success delivered.
Now show me some hustle!
Yes, ma'am!
Produce! Apples, carrots, prunes.
Apples, carrots, prunes, apples, carrots, prunes.
Snacks! Crackers, cookies, and those little fruity things Timmy likes.
Crackers, cookies, those pretty little things Timmy likes.
Check out! Maybe we can do better tomorrow.
Berkshire Brothers, a celebration of family, fans, and community. The final horse for this year's hits team is Thunder. Thunder!
Maybe next year, Hank.
Is that your chopper, city boy?
Guess that's not gonna cut it out here, babe.
In East Texas, we start with a strong foundation. We break ground before we break even, and we grow our reputation before we grow profits. At Austin Bank, the strength of our foundation is East Texas itself. And for over 100 years, the Austin family has lived and served in this community with East Texans in mind.
Have you forgotten what it's like to know your banker? We haven't.
Well, the second half of action about ready to get underway. Here's the Lumberjacks leading South Dakota State 24-6. Jackrabbits will get the ball back as the second half gets underway. As the Jacks will kick it away, defending the north end zone as we open up the second half of action. As Corey Long has it teed up at the 30-yard line to our left. Jackrabbits will be moving from right to left as the second half gets underway. Long, a short run up and a spinning kick taken at the 9-yard line. Straight up the field, the 15, the 20, hit at the 25, ball loose! Ball loose, picked up by the Lumberjacks. There's a flag down back at the 19-yard line. That could be an illegal block. I think the Jacks came up with the ball. Barnett with the recovery.
I'll tell you what, the officials are already pointing that it's Lumberjack ball.
So,
no foul on the play. The man was behind the kicker, not across him when he kicked the ball.
Okay. So Roger Gaskamp picks up the flag. Lumberjacks force the turnover on the return, and it appears that we're going to set things up at our own at their 24-yard line here to open up the third quarter of action, or actually the 29-yard line. As still down is the return man. And I can't make out numbers right now. As the return man, Brandon Gant, was shaken up and is up and is making his way to the sideline now. So the Jacks force the turnover.
We'll take over
the third of the night for the Jackrabbits.
Take over on their own 29-yard line here with 14:52 to go.
So Moses and company gets the ball back initially. As Jeremy brings them out, Moses, as Matt said at halftime, exceptionally accurate tonight. 24 of 30, 239, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Honestly didn't have that great a night throwing the ball last week, but tonight he's been spot on. 1st and 10 here. Jacks with a high snap. Give it inside. That's Purvis, I believe, as he picks his way down to about the 28-yard line.
That was Purvis.
As Purvis on the first snap of the second half runs it inside off right tackle for a gain of 1 to the 28. 2nd down and 9 for the Lumberjacks. Jacks have run it just enough here to keep things going. As they'll send 2 men out wide left, 2 wide right. Brooks is in the slot on the right side.
I'm a little concerned about these high snaps we've been starting to see.
That one's down. Here's Moses deep over the middle. Pass is broken up into the hands of a man underneath coverage and just dropped.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he
Derek
threw that
Domino.
ball. Threw it low and behind, trying to go downfield there. It looked like he was going to Brooks. No, he was going to Travius Parks, running a post.
3rd down and 9 now. Is Jeremy fortunate to get that one back as Domino just drops it. 3rd down and 9 here. Will SFA convert? We were 5 of 7 on 3rd downs in the first half. Here's Moses to pass. Has time. Deep over the middle for Brooks. Leads him just a little too far and incomplete. So the Jacks, following the turnover, take over in Jackrabbit territory and would appear will settle for the field goal
attempt.
This will
be a 45-yard attempt.
Which would be his long. He missed from 43 a week ago, did Corey Long. And this spot will be just outside the 45, actually near the 35 rather, out near the 36. So a 46-yard attempt from Corey Long. Trying to tack on points here following the turnover from the right hash. Good snap back, hold down, kick. Cornet has plenty of leg, and he's good.
Oh, boy!
Corey Long from 46 yards out. Jacks get the turnover and tack on 3. 27-6, Lumberjacks in front. 14-10 remaining here in the 3rd quarter as we strike first in the 2nd half. A field goal from Long, and it's 27-6, Lumberjacks in front. SFA football continues after this.
Letting the Jackrabbits get the ball out to the 49-yard line. Since that, they have been lights out. They have been really dealing out some pain, if you want to call it that.
Cornell Tarrant, Marcus Taylor, Corey Barlow, Barlow Reed, Joe Savoy. Some of the guys here on the near side, spotting a few of them. Rainey Stearns out there. Brian Ford, Derek Choice, Barnett. And also out there on that cover team is Kendrick Jackson. That's the Jack Attack kickoff coverage team here for Coach Todd Schonar, who's a special teams coordinator. They got us for 2 big returns early, but since then done a pretty good job. Forced a turnover the last time down. Here's Long. This time a long run up and a driving kick, kind of a low line driver taken at the 6-yard line. The wedge forms at the 20, the 25, jumps through the wedge, bounces it outside the 30. Now reverses back to the 35 and down to the 36-yard line goes Brody. So Cole Brody on the return. A return of about 26, almost 27 yards to the 37-yard line. Kendrick Jackson on the stop for the Lumberjacks. So 1st and 10 here for South Dakota State.
Lumberjack defense comes back on the field here. Let's see what they've got. I'll tell you what, they've got to have some momentum right now. They end the half with a big sack, blocked the field goal, and now they've come out and the special teams got a fumble, and the Jacks went out and put 3 more points on the board for them before they even really had to step on the field.
Held South Dakota State to 120 yards of offense in the first half. This is a team that was averaging 389 a game, almost 400, so well below their season average. 1st and 10 here, though, for the Jackrabbits. Wing left, 2 receivers wide to the left. Here's a give inside to the tailback, Minett. He is hit from behind by Williams. Stopped at the 40, a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. So Jabara, again, from that weak side linebacker spot, just follows it, comes right in on the backside of the play, and rides him down after a short gain, 2nd down and 7. Defense up front, Nicky and Hicks are the ends, Charles and Jernigan the tackles.
Williams, a sophomore out of Garrison, has been very, very active here so far tonight.
Linebackers are Williams, Choice, and Nurse right now as Barry works out of the shotgun. 2nd down 3, here comes pressure. Williams is cut. Flanker screen, catch made at the 40, the 45, and chasing it down from the backside that time was Hicks. as Derek Choices is there for the Lumberjacks, but that's enough for the first down as they'll move the ball out to the 48-yard line, a pickup of 8. First and 10, Jackrabbits. 13:20 to go, third quarter. Jacks in front, 27-6 over South Dakota State. They beat us 45-0 a year ago in Brookings on a windy, warm afternoon.
Hobo day.
It was. Flankers wide either side, tailback coming left. At the midfield stripe, Minett bounces off a tackle, keeps his legs churning, and pushes it down to about the 48-yard line as Minett's going to get almost 5 on that carry. Chad Haynes rides him out of bounds as they'll mark him down just inside the SFA 48.
You know, Jabbar Williams stepped up, and he really took some people on right there, but Minett was able to spin off and pick up a few more yards before the rest of the Lumberjacks got to him and took him down.
Second down, call it 6 officially with the Lumberjacks leading 27-6. 12.5 minutes to play third quarter. Jacks 4 men down front. Wing to the right side for the Jackrabbits. Now they'll bring the wing back in motion to the right. Misdirection. Quarterback bootleg left side. Catch made tight end 45. Down to about the 40-yard line goes Luke Greving, the senior from Alton, Iowa, his 8th reception of the year. Greving will have a first down for the Jackrabbits down to the SFA 39. That is a gain of 9 yards.
Naked bootleg really there by the quarterback. He faked it inside and came back out to the left. Choice was the linebacker out here. He kind of got suckered down, lost his contain, allowed Barry to get outside and complete that pass.
Jerron Harris will line up in the slot on the right side with his flanker wide of him. Split in wide left. Minett the setback to Barry's left. Short set out in the right left side. Catch made at about the 34 by Glenn Fox. Ridden out of bounds immediately by Barnett. A gain of 5. Second down and 5. Stops the clock with 11:52 to go, but stops it for a moment. New rule in college football. As soon as they set it, they'll wind it, and the clock will roll. Try to speed up games. Second down and 5. They need the 29-yard line for the first down. South Dakota State yet to find the end zone here tonight. 2 first-half field goals. They've had another blocked. Jacks with 8 men up in the box now. Now they'll back out. On a 2nd and 5. On the give. Inside Minett. Into the pile. Bounces off. Trying to get outside. Has his feet slide out from under him at about the 31. He'll get 3. But again, he gets up in the hole quickly, and boy, he'll spin out of there and use that spin move to get away.
He's got. You're right. He's got a lot of bounce to him. He's not one of those guys that when you hit, you stick to him. He keeps his legs moving. He does a good job. But I'll tell you what, our guys have stayed after him. They've not let him get away for that big run.
Jackrabbits looking for their first third down conversion of the night. They're 0 for 8. Here's a 3rd and 2. Jacks up tight. Fakes the give, play action, looking deep. Has a man underthrown. Did he make the grab?
No, that ball bounced.
Incomplete. Good coverage over the top by Claybon as Barry was trying to fit it into Jerron Harris, but it was low.
Yeah, it was short anyway. This brings up 4th down.
So 4th and 2 from the 31. Decision time for South Dakota State, and they've made it. They'll go for it here. They are 2 for 2 on 4th downs, 0 for 9 on 3rd. So 2 for 11 trying to keep drives alive. As they are 2 for 2 on 4th down tries as they look at 4th down and 2 here. Minett the single setback now behind Barry, who works under center. Barry taking his time at the line of scrimmage. Now brings the wing in motion.
Here's
the boot! Nicky got it! Ball's loose at the 41. Savoy picks it up. The Jacks are going to have it right there.
Do you know that Nicky had just gotten back down here? He had been up in the locker room. They just brought him down on a golf cart, and that's the first play that he's played here in the second half. He comes in and gets the sack and causes the fumble. 4th sack on the night.
So Tim Nicky with another big play by the Lumberjack defense, and we get the ball back on a short field once again as they'll spot it, I believe, at the 45. Make it the 44-yard line is where we'll take over. 1st and 10 Lumberjacks. And South Dakota State has it stall on them. They are now 2 for 13. Trying to convert here tonight. 0 for 9 on 3rd downs, 2 for 3 on 4s. Here's the inside give. Ross trying to pick his way. There is nothing there for him.
They'd already blown it dead.
As he is spun down.
No gain.
Danny Batten, the defensive end, had Tyrone stopped. The whistle had blown. The ball popped free. They'll mark him down at the 44, 2nd down and 10. Jacks on the night threw one interception. We did fumble it. We have one fumble, but we did not lose that fumble. So one turnover on the night for the Jacks. South Dakota State's turned it over 3 times, and then on 4th down a moment ago, giving it back to us. Actually, 4 turnovers on the night. Here's Moses to pass. Has Brooks underneath. Catch made the 45. Dwayne shake and bake at the 46. Nothing. Can't get around the defender there as they'll mark Brooks down at the 48-yard line. Pick up a 5. Domino there for South Dakota State.
Jacks have got to get the ball across their own 46-yard line to pick up the 1st down here. And on the night so far, they are 5 of 8 converting 3rd downs.
So 3rd down and 6 now. 9.5 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Lumberjacks leading 27-6 over South Dakota State. Trips to the right side. Moses looking. Left side, catch made.
That's the 1st down.
That's Parks at about the 43. That's actually Brooks, Dwayne Brooks, with the grab as Dwayne just sat down in a hole out there and converts on the 1st down as he'll move it down to the 43-yard line, a gain of about 9. And it's another Lumberjack 1st down. Domino, the closest Jackrabbit to him, as Parks will trot off as we get fresh receivers in. Edison is alone on the left side now as they'll walk the safety in up on the shallow flat over there. Moses looking right up top, trying to go to Aaron Ray. He got it! Ray at the goal line. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. Great pass from Moses. Aaron Ray ran it down, and it's a long touchdown for the Jacks.
43-yard touchdown pass. Moses to Ray.
It appears that the offense is starting to find its stride, at least tonight, and we lead it 33-6 with the extra point to follow. Kept waiting last week for that sort of play to be made. Last week, Parks caught a long touchdown like that, but Jeremy, great touch on that one, laid it right in there, and Aaron Ray able to run underneath it. And it goes the distance. Corey Long's extra point is up, and the Memorial Hospital extra point is good. And with 9:01 to go here in the 3rd quarter, the Lumberjacks rolling tonight. We lead South Dakota State 34-6. Lumberjack football continues after this.
In the smallest of packages, NACOGDOCHES Memorial Hospital has received a 5-star rating of excellence for our maternity care services. So it's no wonder more families are placing their new arrivals in our capable hands than ever before. Now you can choose maternity care that is rated in the top 15% nationwide. NACOGDOCHES Memorial Hospital. 5-star success delivered.
Yards in 4 plays, take a minute 34 off the clock and add another 6. 34-6, Lumberjacks in front with 9:01 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The emotion has continued, the execution has continued in the 2nd half as the Jacks scored 6 of 8 possessions.
6 of 8 possessions. It has just been a complete night and day turnaround from last week where the Jacks had 14 possessions and only scored twice up in Macomb, Illinois.
And that's a team that played this Jackrabbit team to a 24-22 game the week before that. So a dominating performance thus far here tonight. Here's the return, the 15, the 20, they break it. At the 25, the 30, a flag flies at the 40. The return man all the way down to Brody, all the way down to the SFA 40 as he pushed the pile forward.
There's a flag all the way back at the 35-yard line, though. You know it's coming back.
So we'll await the call from Roger Gaskamp and his crew. It's going to be either a hold or a block in the back at about the 30-35-yard line. And this will wipe out what would have been a great return. They've had 3 good returns tonight. This one, though, it appears is going to come back.
Holding. Number 36 on receiving team. 10-yard penalty. Be 1st down at that point.
That's pretty good movie effects right there. Yeah. don't know how they do that. They need to save that for the end of October.
So they'll move it all the way back to the 24. And that's where South Dakota State will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line, trailing 34-6 as Moses hooks up with Aaron Ray.
Jacks have scored twice here to open the third quarter, a 46-yard field goal and a 43-yard touchdown pass. 10 points here in the early minutes of the third quarter.
So the folks on Parents' Day enjoying this one here tonight. Jack show pressures. Williams comes backside. Can he get there?
Oh, yeah. He got a half of it.
Derek Choice finishes him off.
Terrence Nurse got the other half.
So Nurse and Williams, the linebackers, converge at the quarterback. As Tim Nickey is here on the sideline, looking at him here on the near sideline, riding the bike.
Has a loss of 8.
So out there at the ends right now. They move Kenneth Charles, actually. Randy Stearns is taking Nickey's spot out there right now. Another big sack, though, as they bring pressure. 2nd down, 18. Barry out of the gun this time. Jacks bring 4. Quick pass out in the flat. Catch made about the 20. Tackle made at the 24 as Jerron Harris gets it back near the original line of scrimmage. Jabara Williams there again as Jabara having a huge night tonight defensively. And the Jackrabbits look at 3rd and about 10 from near the original line of scrimmage back at the 24-yard line. A pickup of about 8 yards on that completion. Clock rolling, 7:43 to go, third quarter. Lumberjacks in front, 34-6. Booker in there at one of the defensive tackle spots now as we keep fresh bodies up front. 3rd down and 10. They're 0 for 9 on 3rd down conversions tonight. Barry takes the snap. Has time, steps up, throwing deep. Fox, that one is tipped by Claiborne, and Fox catches it.
Yep, they're going to give him the catch right on the sideline.
Near midfield as Jeremy.
He just did a jump ball and out-jumped us over there.
Fox comes up with a big grab and moves it to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 25. And a 1st down for South Dakota State. Claiborne had good coverage. Ball just beyond his fingertips.
Jacks have got 7 sacks tonight. That's one more than they had for the entire season coming in.
1st and 10, South Dakota State here near midfield at their own 49. Jacks showing pressure. Here comes Williams again. They pick him up. They get to the quarterback late. Completion is made to the 45-yard line of the Lumberjacks as Corey Barlow rides Jerron Harris out of bounds after a gain of about 6. And it'll be 2nd down and 4. Clock stops with 7 minutes to go here in the half. As the defense right now on its heels a little bit, but just that time just a half second away from getting to Ryan Berry again. Nickey again still over here on the bike on the near sideline. Don't know what he's, perhaps cramps, just trying to stretch something out. Here's Berry. Stearns gets to him late again. Out in the flat, catch made Minett. Minett knocked off his pins at about the 40. And down to the 36-yard line.
Give him 9 on that.
As Barnett credited with the tackle, gets him by the shoestring and stops him, but another 1st down for South Dakota State.
Tell you what, that defensive front's done a great job tonight. We continue to, as the game has gone along, we've continued to get better and better and better pressure on Barry back there.
1st and 10, Jackrabbits. 3 receivers go wide right. A whistle, because the band had just started playing, and the referee's going to tell them they got to be quiet during play. And the official's going to walk all the way over there.
Yeah, you don't want to get too close to that fighting Lumberjack band. You never know what could happen.
He's taking one of his crew with him.
Well, I guess that's your backup.
I guess so.
Well, they probably saw them tuba players at halftime.
You can hear the band across the way in the Purple Haze student section yelling. Now the band's getting a round of applause from the students across the way. Can't play during play, and just about the time the Jackrabbits were getting back to the line of scrimmage, they fired up the band.
They're well trained over there.
6:25 to go, clock rolling, 34-6 Lumberjacks. 1st and 10 Jackrabbits at our 36-yard line. Barry out of the gun again. 3 receivers wide right, takes the snap. Short set, now steps up. He'll run at the 35. Chase given by Nurse, and he'll chase him down at about the 28-yard line. Couple of yards short of the first, give him 8 on that carry. And it'll bring up second down and 2. As Ryan Berry on the night, that's 10 rushes for minus 29 yards. His sacks have killed his rushing average.
Hasn't been a good night for the young man.
Kyle Minett, 18 carries, 67 yards. They've got 46 yards rushing on 29 attempts for the night. Second down and 8 here. Berry out of the gun once again. 2 receivers wide right with a wing that way. Berry short set, looking right all the way, floats it out over the head of Barlow. Catch made Harris the 20. Knocked off his feet at about the 12-yard line by Claybon. Actually mark him down at the 10.
You know, I'll tell you what, Barlow was going for the big pick right there. He's just getting a little aggressive. And in a game like this, I guess that's something that you got to go ahead and do. Try to deliver that knockout if you can.
Gain of 18 on that one. All the way down to the 10-yard line. First and goal now from the 10 for South Dakota State. As Berry again will work out of the gun with a wing left this time. That's the wide side of the field for them. Split into the right side. Berry looking left the whole way. Flushed, hit in the middle. Now he'll step through it. At the 5, Berry dives for the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Jackrabbits.
Had a chance to tackle him for a loss. Just couldn't pull him down. Berry fought it all the way to the goal line.
So Ryan Berry gets in. First touchdown of the night for the Jackrabbits. A 10-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Berry. Makes it a 34-12 game, and they'll attempt the extra point. They'll kick it and try to make it 34-13 here with 5:02 to go in the third. Reifenrath on the year is 8 of 9 on PATs. He bangs that one through. And with 5:02 to play, our new score is SFA 34, South Dakota State 13. Lumberjack football's back in 1 minute.
Media timeout.
That's not gonna work.
Ha-ha!
Honey, you're embarrassing me.
Can I help you with that, Daddy?
No, I've got it.
This is ridiculous. How can you go in public looking like that? Where is your lumberjack spirit?
You know, you're right. Axe and Jacks.
Oh, we can't forget the milk.
Oh, right.
Brookshire Brothers, a celebration of family, fans, and community.
Berry gets into the end zone for the first time tonight for South Dakota State to make it 34-13, capping an 8-play, 76-yard drive. That took 3 minutes and 49 seconds off the clock. 34-13 SFA in front. 299 yards of offense for the Jacks, 216 for the Jackrabbits. Here's a short kick to the 12-yard line. That's Purvis at the 25. Vincent trying to break out of an ankle tackle at the 25. Dives forward to the 26, and that's where the Lumberjacks will start things out. So a first down at the 26-yard line. Just handed it out by the Lumberjack Sports Information staff. Tim Nickey now 4 sacks on the night so far. The Southland Conference record for a single game is 5, held by Brian Smith. That was set back in 2006. Against Virginia Tech.
Oh, that Virginia Tech.
Okay, or West Virginia Tech. Different.
Right.
There's a difference there,
right,
just slight.
Yeah,
but a difference.
About 4 divisions.
First and 10. Here's the inside flanker screen. Brooks picking his way, weaving forward up to about the 35. He'll get 9 on that first down carry, or that first down reception. And it'll bring up second down and 1. The Jacks quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and a yard now at our own 35. Clock rolling, 4:34 to go, third quarter. Third quarter's kind of taken a while. Jacks still up by 21, however. Here's Moses, short set, looking deep up the left sideline, trying to go to Edison. He ran underneath it! Catch made at the 25.
Oh,
they're going to call it incomplete.
They're going to say he didn't control it.
Wow, close. Another great pass as Jeremy put it right on his hands 40 yards downfield at the 25-yard line.
Lumberjacks are back on the ball. South Dakota is trying to run people in and out. Look at them.
Taking a shot on 2nd and short. Now we've got 3rd and 1. Purvis is the running back in the game with Moses. As Vincent is set to his left. Moses with 2 wide receivers wide to either side. He'll give it to Purvis. Purvis coming right. Purvis bounces it outside at the 40, the 45. Vincent lowers his shoulder and is bounced out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. A gain of about 12. Blackman runs him out of bounds, but it's another Lumberjack first down, giving 13 on that carry.
You know, I think everybody knew it was coming. They just didn't know how to stop it.
13 yards on the pickup. 1st and 10, Jacks rolling here at the 47-yard line. Stops the clock for a moment. Now they'll wind it back up.
Barlow Reed's in the back. Oh, that's Tarrant that's in the backfield.
Moses swings it out to Tarrant. Left flat. Cornell lowers his shoulder, bounces off a man, stays on his feet, down to the 49.
And that boy's down over there. He crumpled him.
Cornell Tarrant.
He crumpled him over there.
The defender slow to get up as Tarrant delivered the blow.
That's not slow.
That's Cole Brody, who's been their big return man on the night.
They're counting him out.
Angelo Dundee in off the bench, huh?
Wow, that was a hit.
The trainers look at him near the 45-yard line. It's Cornell Tarrant, who came to the Jacks about a week, or less than a week before the year began.
Days before the first game.
Saw action in that first game and then has not seen much action in the next 2, but seeing a little bit here tonight. And that time takes the little swing pass, lowers his shoulder, gets about 4 yards as Brody's still down across the way at the 45-yard line. And now the officials are going to call a timeout. So with 3:54 here in the 3rd quarter, we'll take a timeout as well. Actually, we're just going to keep it here. 34-13, South Dakota State trailing the Lumberjacks. SFA with the football.
What it felt like for your grandfather to walk into an Austin bank, come on in. Or what it will feel like for your granddaughter to walk into an Austin bank, come on in. And if you want to know what it feels like to bank with someone truly committed to East Texans for 100 years past and as long as the Lone Star flies above our heads, we invite you to come on in.
Because at Austin Bank, your family.
In East Texas, we start with a strong foundation. We break ground before we break even, and we grow our reputation before we grow profits. At Austin Bank, the strength of our foundation is East Texas itself. And for over 100 years, the Austin family has lived and served in this community with East Texans in mind.
Have you forgotten what it's like to know your banker? We haven't.
Ball just across the midfield stripe. Give it to Tarrant, trying to come right, but they sniffed that one out and shut it down quickly. As Jason Nobilling is there first, and a loss back to the 45-yard line.
4-yard loss on that.
And it will bring up 3rd down now and 12 from the 45-yard line. So 3rd down and 12 here. Jacks on the night, 7 of 10 on third down tries here tonight. Trying to convert here on 3rd and long. Moses looking right, ducks, can't duck the pressure, and he'll be sacked back at the 37, 38-yard line. So a loss of about 7 on the sack. Isaiah Jackson, the first Jackrabbit there, and we'll have to punt again. Drew Nelson.
They brought 6 guys that time. They came all out. They brought 6 and only had 4 back. Moses just never had time to set.
Only 2 punts in this game tonight, 1 by each team. Nelson has punted 1 time for 39 yards. This will be his 2nd try of the night. Jackrabbits send 1 man back deep to receive it. Remember, Brody's been their return guy most of the night. But right now back there on punt returns, I think that's Brandon Gant. Can't see the number. Nelson with a good snap back.
Oh, nice kick.
And bangs one.
Got it turned over.
Gant chased all the way back to the 7-yard line. He'll return it right. Gets it outside the 15. The 20 up the boundary. Gets a block the 40. Knocked down at the 45-yard line.
Oh, boy. How do you get a guy all the way back inside his 5 and then let him get around the outside? Boy, I'll tell you what, we play so well, and then we'll just almost fall asleep on something like that.
To the 46-yard line, and that's where they'll start things out. So a good return on a great punt as Nelson bangs a beauty all the way down to the 6-yard line, but a good return by Brandon Gant. puts them right back in good shape. Take it over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Here's Ryan Berry, who has been hammered tonight off and on. Sets up, quick, looking for the short out. It wasn't there. He'll wait. Now that pass is batted away. Good coverage by the Lumberjacks as that was Claybon over there.
Didn't bite on that little pump fake at all. No, I'll tell you what, the sophomore out of Lufkin, I'll tell you what, they saw that little pump fake, and he just stayed right with his receiver.
Tim Nicky's back out on the field after sitting out that last defensive series. Tim's back out there. He's 1 sack away from tying the Southland Conference record for sacks in a game. He's got 4 tonight. 2nd down and 10 here with 2:22 to play, third quarter. Lumberjacks leading 34-13. Jacks pressing on the corners outside. 2 men in the slot on the left side. Here's Berry to pass. Steps underneath Nicky. Short roll to his right. Has a man. That's Fox. Bounces off a tackle at the 40. Can't get away from Williams, who drags him down at the 35-yard line. But that'll be a gain of close to 19 yards as they'll move it down to the Lumberjack 35. And another South Dakota State first down. And the Jacks now the man slow to get up. And I think that's Jabbar Williams. He's up. And heading back to the huddle before Sandy Miller and crew can get out there. So he will not have to leave the game. I'm sure he will.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and come on out.
As the Jacks will substitute now. Some fresh linebackers come out there. As Brandon Brown and Logan Mullins both check in. 1st and 10 here for the Jackrabbits. They scored on their last possession as Ryan Berry got in from 10 yards out. Here's Berry to pass again. Looking deep up the right sideline. Has a man, but leads him too far out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you what, he was getting rid of the ball because he was feeling the pressure. He was getting up off the turf just trying to see where that ball ended up. Good pressure by the Jacks.
2nd and 10 now after the incompletion. And the band's playing now when they're allowed to play. Between the plays.
They've learned their lesson.
Yes, they have. So 2nd down and 10 now as the Jackrabbits will send 2 receivers wide right, 2 wide left. That's Fox in the slot on the right side. That's the short side of the field. Hadn't seen much of Mr. Minett lately. He's set to Barry's right. Here's a short set. Jacks quickly. Barry underneath. Has a man at the 30. Catch made. Fox, I believe, he's going to be short of the first down. But it's going to bring up 3rd and short.
They're going to mark it at about the 26. They've got to get to the 25 for the first down.
As they try to catch who made that. It was Fox on the reception. Gain of 8. 3rd down and 2. 3rd and 2 now for the Jackrabbits. Berry again to pass. Being chased. Gets away from pressure. Rolling to his right. He'll run it and get out of bounds at about the 25.
Terrence Nurse and Nicky both took each other out of the play. They were going for the sack. I think they would have had him.
They're actually going to mark him out of bounds beyond the 26-yard line, so he gains about a half yard, and it's going to bring up 4th down now at about 1.5 yards. So 4th down at about 1 yard. Short 2, long 1. Call it short officially 4th and 2. They are 2 of 3 on 4th down conversions tonight. Trips to the left side. Will it be Minett?
Going to throw.
Oh, he's going to pass. Berry to pass to the tailback. He's got it at the 20. Breaks a tackle to 15. Down to the 9-yard line goes Kyle Minett, a 5'11 sophomore from Rushton, Minnesota.
Down to the 9.
As Minett converts on that 4th down try, and they are now 3 of 4 on 4th downs tonight as Haynes comes up with a stop. 1st and goal now for the Jackrabbits as they're trying to get back in this thing. Here's Berry to pass again. Left flat. Fox makes the grab down at the 5-yard line as he evaded Williams but could not get away from Barlow and Barnett. And it's a gain of 5 down to the 5-yard line. 2nd down and goal from the 5. A touchdown makes it a 2-possession game here as the clock rolls under a minute to play, 3rd quarter. 34-13, Jacks in front. Here's the inside give to the tailback. Coming left, he'll score. Kyle Minett from 5 yards out, and the Jackrabbits now have scored on their last 2 possessions. And with 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, the Jackrabbits can get back to within 14.
Big plays that time. They had the 19-yard completion to Fox and then the 17-yard completion to Minett that really helped them eat up some chunks of yardage against that Jack defense.
54-yard drive on 8 plays. The extra point is up and good. So with 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, South Dakota State back in it, trailing by 14 now at 34-20 with 30 seconds remaining here in the third. We'll keep it here. An 8-play, 54-yard drive. And it is now 34-20 with the Lumberjack offense set to get the ball back. It was 24-6 at the half. We stretched the lead to 34-6 on a Jeremy Moses to Aaron Ray 43-yard touchdown pass.
Visit Raising Cane's on North Street across from SFA.
Really quieted things, but we've allowed the Jackrabbits to come back and score 14 unanswered on us right now.
That one's set up by the big return on the punt as Nelson banged a beauty all the way down to the 5 or 6 yard line, but a great return. Set him up on a short field, and the Jackrabbits convert. As Kyle Minett gets in from 5 yards out, 8 plays, 54 yards, only a minute 57 off the clock. So the last 2 scoring drives under 4 minutes, actually 3:49 on that one and less than 2 minutes on that drive for the Jackrabbits, 1:57, and it's 34-20. As the Jacks send 2 men back deep to receive it. That's Parks and Brooks back deep for the Jacks, standing back at about our 8 yard line. As
short
this
kick.
fish and still kick is in the air, taken by Brooks at the 15. Dwayne up the gut, the 25, the 30, spinning at the 30, and hit and will go down at about the 32 yard line. So Dwayne, about a 17 yard return on that high short kick. Brooks a little slow to get up.
Well, I think when he was down, they did a little twisting on his leg.
Dirk Cool on the coverage for South Dakota State. 1st and 10 Lumberjacks at our 32.
You know, the last time the Jacks were out, you know, we tried the long pass down the sideline to Edison. Edison almost had it, but then fumbled it when he went out of bounds. He wasn't able to hang on, or the Jacks might have put another score on the board.
Here's Moses and company from our 32 yard line. Jeremy takes the snap, looking left underneath to Dwayne. Dwayne at the line of scrimmage, dancing. Hit by 4 defenders at the 35, and I think that's where they'll give him forward progress to the 35, which would be a gain of about 3 yards.
First time I've seen that tonight, but they showed that defense that Western Illinois did last week. They only rushed 2 down linemen, dropped 9 back into defensive coverage.
Brooks on the final play of the third quarter. Brooks catches his 8th pass of the night for 105 yards. At the end of 3, the score, Stephen F. Austin 34, South Dakota State 20. We're back with the fourth quarter of action when Lumberjack football continues after this.
As a Division I member and one of the best seasons in program history, period, in 2007-2008. The Jacks finished the year with a 26-6 record, just the 4th time in the 83-year history of SFA basketball for a team to win more than 25 games. More importantly, the Lumberjacks went 13-3 in Southland Conference play to earn a share of the program's first SLC championship. SFA was rewarded by earning a bid to the National Invitation Tournament, marking the first postseason appearance by a Lumberjack club since 1987. SFA finished the season with an RPI ranking of 56, its highest ranking ever as a Division I program, and the Lumberjacks received votes in both the Associated Press and the USA Today Top 25 polls during the campaign. SFA smothered its opponents and ended the year ranked 2nd in the country in scoring defense, allowing 56.4 points per game. Individually, Josh Alexander was named the SLC Player of the Year and was listed on 3 All-American teams, while Matt Kingsley was chosen to the All-SLC second team, and Eric Bell was honorable mention. Head coach Danny Casper was named the SLC Coach of the Year and was a finalist for the Hugh Durham Coach of the Year award. Please join us in honoring the 2007-2008 Lumberjack basketball team, and don't forget to catch the Jacks in their season opener against Howard Payne Friday, November 14th.
Texas State 20-7 early third quarter. Southeastern Louisiana leading North Dakota 24-14 at the half. Northwestern State rolling over Southeastern Oklahoma 49-12. More in a moment. 2nd down and 8 now for the Lumberjacks at our 35. Moses with setbacks to either side.
Big blitz.
Jeremy gets it away, but it's picked off at the 38. This could go at the 25. That's the defensive end, Danny Batten, who dropped off in coverage. And he picks it off and returns it to the 15-yard line.
I tell you what, that was a sellout blitz. They brought 8 that time, and Moses just didn't throw it anywhere we had a receiver.
So the interception, the second of the night for South Dakota State. This one returned to the 15-yard line, and the Jackrabbits, who have scored on their last 2 possessions, a chance to make it a 7-point game with a touchdown here. Here's Ryan Berry, the quarterback, starting the 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Here's Berry to pass to the end zone. Touchdown, Jackrabbits. One play, and they're back in it. So the interception leads to a quick touchdown, and with just 2 plays gone into the 4th quarter, what was once a 34-6 lead is down to 7. As Glenn Fox comes up with a touchdown grab, and it's going to be to the Lumberjack offense now to continue to score here.
That was just real quick. We didn't have very good coverage down there. Our defender got turned around, got his back to the quarterback, couldn't find the ball.
So the extra point try by Reifenrath is up, and that one is good.
And there's going to be a penalty on the Jacks for roughing the kicker.
So the flag down, and Jackrabbits still down on the field as the kicker is slow to get up.
He's moving pretty good.
They told him that the flag was in fact down, so he gets up and trots away.
Over the kicker. On defense, 15 yards behind the kickoff.
So you hear Roger Gaskamp try to explain that one. The Berry to Fox 15-yard touchdown grab makes it 34-27. Lumberjacks up by 7. SFA football continues after this. The Jackrabbits convert following the interception by Danny Batten, the defensive end, a 15-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Berry to Glenn Fox, and it's 34-27. Lumberjacks lead it by 7. So 21 unanswered by South Dakota State here in the second half. After the Jacks had scored the first 10 of the 3rd quarter.
Well, and you know, their last 3 scores have been with very little time coming off the clock.
And here's a spinning kick taken at the goal line by Parks. Parks back up the field, the 10, the 15, hit. He'll go down at the 15. It's South Dakota State now. A motion has swung to their side, and they are starting to play with a little bit of enthusiasm. Anthony Wise down there for the Jackrabbits, as Contravius will be marked down at the 15. 1st and 10 right there for the Lumberjack offense, who has to shake off that interception and get something going again.
You know, this is they talk about this being like one of those gut check times. Well, this is the time that offense has got to come out and reestablish those things it was doing in the first half, particularly in the 2nd quarter when they were knuckling down, they were blocking well, they were creating a few running lanes, receivers were making some big catches. We got to get back to that right now.
Jackrabbits had 120 yards of offense in the first half. They had 165 in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 here for the Lumberjacks. Here's Moses to pass. Has plenty of time over the middle, off the hands of Ross, and incomplete. Tyrone being covered by the defensive end, Antonio Thompson, who was trailing him on the play.
Ross would still be running right now had he caught that ball.
As Dwayne Brooks comes off the field here, favoring his right ankle, walks past the trainers, and he's going to come over here to the bench and be treated. So Brooks perhaps
got hurt on that kickoff return.
2nd down and 10 here for Moses. Jeremy takes the snap, looking right. That one off the hands of the
underthrown.
DB. As again, he and Ray not on the same page. Aaron was running a go up the sideline, and Moses thought he was going to run the out at the stick, and
here we are, third and 10. We've got to get the ball across the 25. Jacks are 7 of 11 now. Third down conversion at this point.
SFA is going to go with the empty backfield now as Marcus Taylor comes on, and Tyrone Ross will sit down. And we'll flood the right side. That's the short side of the field. 3 receivers over there, 2 to the left.
3-man rush.
Moses should have time. Jeremy now staggers to his right. Trying to go up
intercepted.
Picked at the 30 with a convoy at the 20. At the 10, sideline, out of bounds, Jackrabbits. Knocking on the door again.
Underthrew it again. He had the receiver down the sideline, but he underthrew it by about 3 yards.
Still waiting to see where they're going to mark him out of bounds. I think near the 5-yard line. Now the official coming back up the field. They're going to set him down at the 10. So spotted at the 10-yard line. First and goal to go for South Dakota State. They can tie it with a touchdown here. Held without a touchdown in the first half. Scored 2 in the third quarter and 1 on their first possession here in the fourth quarter. And now their second try after an interception, this time from the 10. Everybody in tight with a wing to the right side. Bring him in motion. Give it inside. Minett running hard down to the 3, spinning down to about the 1-yard line. As the tailback, Kyle Minett.
Well, I'll tell you what.
By Haynes, but a gain of 9.
If you're in the stadium right now, you can see momentum has changed. Yep. You know, we saw Jacks with momentum all through the first half, early in the third quarter. But, boy, I want to tell you what, right now momentum was with the guys in the white shirts.
So second and goal now from the 1. 13:50 to play, 34-27. Lumberjacks in front by 7, but the lead in danger of evaporating here. Double tight.
Got it packed down tight.
Tight, fullback in motion to the wing on the right side. And they will run it to Minett left side, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, South Dakota State. So back-to-back interceptions have led to 2 quick scores, and the Jackrabbits are an extra point away now from tying this one up with still 13:32 to play. As the extra point by Reifenrath, who was shaken on the last try. When the Jacks hit him late. This one is up. We don't hit him, and it's good. So we've got a new score, 13:32 to play. As South Dakota State scored with 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter, another with 14:45 to go. So in the last two and a half minutes, they've scored 21 points, and they are right back in this game, 34-34. Lumberjacks and Jackrabbits.
That's 4 straight possessions now that the Jackrabbits have.
Halftime score, Oklahoma 28, TCU 3. Second quarter, Alabama 31, Georgia nothing. Third quarter, Tulsa 28, Central Arkansas 27.
Vincent Purvis takes the kickoff at about the 5-yard line, gets some good blocks, and returns it out to the 40-yard line. So the Lumberjacks get a good return of their own, and in a tie ball game, take over 1st and 10 at our own 40-yard line. Kyle Minett gets in from 1 yard out on a 10-yard 2-play drive that took 46 seconds. Their last 3 scoring drives have taken 1:57, 6 seconds, 46 seconds, and the score is tied at 34. Lumberjack offense, though, with a chance to break this 34-34 tie with still a lot of time left to play.
Ray, Edison, and Tyrone Williams are your receivers. Tyrone Ross is in the backfield with Moses in the shotgun.
4-man rush by South Dakota State. Moses tried to set up the screen, throws that one away as South Dakota State. Danny Batten, the defensive end, was running step for step with Tyrone Ross. And Moses wisely kind of throws that one away, 2nd down and 10. Regroup, try something else.
Yep, he's throwing back-to-back interceptions. He's got to settle down right now. He's got to start making some completions. Just him settling down will help this offense as much as anything.
Moses now 30 of 44 for 310 yards, but 3 interceptions, 4 touchdowns on the night.
Here comes the pressure.
Underneath, that ball I think was tipped. Tyrell Williams, the intended receiver, incomplete. And again, just seconds off the clock here, and the Jacks looking at 3rd down and 10.
I'll tell you what, they didn't bring any on 1st down. 2nd down, they did the same thing they did last series when we intercepted. They brought 8. See what they do here on 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10, 4 men down. Linebacker in the gap is Danny Batten, the defensive end on the right side. Split out way wide. This time he comes. Here's Moses. Pressure from the backside. He's hit. Can't get away from it. Moses will go down back at the 34-yard line as the pressure that time came from
3-man rush.
It came from Nobling, the other end away from
all the way back to the 33.
And the Jacks will be forced to punt again. Just under 13 minutes to play, and the Jackrabbits are going to get the ball back with a chance perhaps to take their first lead of the night, unless the Lumberjack defense can stand to the challenge here. As Drew Nelson is on to punt for the 3rd time tonight. Another time to let a beauty get away here. Good snap back, no pressure, and Nelson gets another nice spiraling punt away. All the way back to the 21-yard line. Here's Gant to the 30, trying to get away from Jabara Williams. Backtracking now to the 25. He'll be hit and will go down at the 25-yard line. So Gant had it to the 30 for a minute, but retreated as Jabara Williams credited with the tackle. And the Jackrabbits will take over at the 26-yard line. Some other scores, John Deere College scoreboard. TCU trailing Oklahoma 28-3 at the half. LSU leading Mississippi State 10-3, 2nd quarter. Youngstown State falls to Liberty at home 31-28. And Northern Iowa trailing Southern Illinois 24-7. That one at the half tonight in the Missouri Valley. 1st and 10 here, 34-34. Jackrabbits with the football. Having scored 21 straight. Here's Barry to pass again. Catch made out in the flat by Harris. Slips the first tackler. Gets up the sideline out to about the 39-yard line. A gain of 13. First down.
Claybon slipped on the coverage when the receiver cut and checked up. Claybon went to plant. He went flat on his face. Couldn't get back up in time to defend the ball.
So 1st down now for the Bobcats at their 39. And out in the left flat, that one's broken up. Barlow trying to go to Jerron Harris again as it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10 as Corey Barlow was there quickly for the Lumberjacks. Joe Savoy checks in now as Derek Choice will come out, that weak side linebacker spot. Tim Nickey and Hicks are the ends. I think Sarit's in there at one of the defensive tackle spots along with Kenneth Charles on a big stand for the Lumberjack defense. Clock stopped with 12:09 to play in the game. Score tied at 34. Here's Barry working out of the gun. Jacks show pressure. We're off sides. Here they come. They'll stop the play as Jabara Williams, anticipating the snap, came early, and that will cost us 5 yards.
49 on the defense, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
So offsides against the Jacks, 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5 now as they'll move the ball up to the 44-yard line.
Yep, Williams just got a little anxious out there. He crept up over there. He was uncovered. He was really trying to get some pressure in there on Barry. Barry gave him a hard count. Boy, he jumped across.
2nd down and 5 now. Jacks trying to come up with a stop. Here's Barry out of the gun again, giving them the hard count this time. They stay home. Barry, pressure up the middle. Sort gets him. He slips away. Barry coming to his right now. Chased and goes out of bounds at about the 49-yard line, and that's going to be right at the sticks. And just depending on the spot, it could be a 1st down, and it would appear from here he's going to have it.
Yep, they've already signaled it. Give him 6 on that carry up to the 49.
1st down for the Jackrabbits with 12:01 to play.
Jacks are getting pressure on him with the 4-man rush, but when he steps up through the pressure, we don't have that second line. Everybody else has dropped back off in coverage, and it's giving him a pretty good little buffer to run.
Boy, now would be a huge time for another turnover. Jackrabbits have fumbled 3 times. They've lost all 3. They've also thrown 1 interception. 1st and 10 here. Here's Barry out of the gun again to pass. A stun up front. He's hit as he lets it go, incomplete.
Boy, that was Nicky.
And saw it. Weekend got there first. They ran a little stunt as Nicky looped around him. They get the pressure right in his face. 2nd down and 10.
Oh, it'd have been good to get to him a half second earlier. Boy, we might have had that ball in the turf.
2nd down and 10 now.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys are getting it back right now. You don't see anybody quitting out there.
Nope. The back end of the defense right now, Barlow and Haynes, the safeties. Barnett and Claybon at the corners. I think that's Jeremy over there. Can't tell over the far corner. 2nd down and 10. Here's the snap back. Screen pass. Minett runs over Barnett at the 50, at the 40. Out of bounds at about the 37-yard line as Barnett just could not get his feet underneath him. And Kyle Minett just runs right over him at midfield, and a big gain for the Jackrabbits down to the 38-yard line and give him 13 on that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Barnett had a chance to tackle him for little or no gain, and boy, Minett just planted him.
1st and 10, Jackrabbits.
They're not set.
Barry.
Jacks weren't set on that play.
Barry to pass, flushed out. To his left, he'll run. Outside at the 30, slips through a defender down to about the 28-yard line, close to 10 yards on that one. Nurse getting up along with Barlow at the end of that run.
Lumberjacks were late getting to the line of scrimmage. We still had people that weren't even set when they snapped the ball. They're getting on the line of scrimmage again. They're going to go quick.
9 yards on the carry, down to the 28-yard line, 2nd down and 1. Here's Barry again. Fake it to Minett. He's coming right. Strung out by the Lumberjacks. Now he's looking for a place to go. Dives forward to the 25. He'll have the 1st down there. Logan Mullins puts the hooks on him to stop him after a gain of about 3. 1st and 10, though, for the Jackrabbits as the clock stops momentarily with 10:49 to go in this one tonight. 34-34. Lumberjacks led 34-6 early or midway in the 3rd quarter.
8th play in this drive now. It's covered 49 yards, started back at the 26-yard line.
The Jackrabbits storm back, chance to take a lead. Here's Barry to pass again. Being chased, backside, throwing it. His receiver fell, and it's incomplete as that one thrown out of bounds. And the Jackrabbits will look at 2nd down and 10. As that time, Kendall Jernigan was applying a little pressure along with Hicks. As Barry ran to the near boundary over here and just ran out of room and let that one fly.
Jacks are sending in a lot of fresh linemen now, trying to get pressure up in there, trying to keep those fresh legs.
Broderick Gaffney checks in. John Thomas also in up front.
Got guys that are cramping up. I see a lot of people on the sideline over here trying to stretch out, stretch those hams, stretch those calves.
2nd down and 10 here. Jackrabbits threatening once again at our 25. Barry takes the snap. Here they come. Screen again. Minett at the 25, the 20. He's got a head of steam, loses it, but it bounces out of bounds at the 14-yard line. That's going to be enough for the 1st down. We are coming hard, and that screen is right now working perfectly as Minett catches it with a head of steam and gets the 1st down to the 14-yard line.
Well, you know, that's where one of our linebackers has got to be just eagle-eyeing him the whole way, because if we're coming that hard up front, you know he's going to slip through there. We've got to have somebody shadowing him so that the moment they try to throw to him, that linebacker's right there.
South Dakota State, 1st and 10 now at the 15-yard line, or at the 14 officially. Here's Barry. Give it to Minett inside, picking his way down to about the 10. A gain of close to 4. Actually going to spot him down about the 11-yard line. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Choice there for the Lumberjacks. 9:39 to play, 34-34 the score. Jackrabbits have not led tonight, but a chance here to take their first lead of the evening. Score has been tied twice, 3-3 and 34-34. Here's Barry with the snap. Give it, Minett coming right. Stacked up, dropped at about the 7-yard line. Hicks there.
Short of the 1st down.
Yeah, about 3 yards short. 3rd down and 3 now, as the ball's going to be at about the 7 or 8 yard line. And they have an offensive lineman, the right tackle, I think, slow to get up. left tackle Casey Nips, who early on Tim Nickey was owning. I think Tim has done so much running around tonight. He, too, has been battling some cramps as well,
Nips
we think.
is 6'8", 300 pounds.
Big boy.
Yes, he is.
From Adrian, Minnesota, a 6'8 junior. Up front, they go 300 at the tackles, 300 and 290 at the tackles. The guards are 280 and 330. The center's 6'3", 275, so they are big up front.
That's not a group you'd want to invite home for dinner.
No. It would definitely be bring your own. 9:08 to play, 34-34. As Nips still down on the turf, now up, favoring his right leg as he makes his way off. And the Jackrabbits with a chance here to talk things over following this injury. Looking at 3rd down and 3. They need to get to about the 4-yard line to convert. On the night, they are 1 of 11 on 3rd downs, but they are 3 of 4 on 4th down tries. So overall, they're 4 of 15 converting here tonight. Big 3rd down here.
Boy, they're in tight. Decision. They're tight. There's no splits up there.
2 tight ends. I set now behind the quarterback, Ryan Berry. Look for play action. Bring a man in motion to split into the right side. There's the play action. Roll out Berry. Berry to his right.
Up.
To the end zone.
That's intercepted.
Pick in the end zone.
That's intercepted.
Oh, Jabbar Williams.
Boy, there you go, guys.
So the Jacks defense holds as Williams steps underneath, comes up with the pick, and the Lumberjack offense will go back on the field. So Williams makes the big play as the defense holds, and South Dakota State cannot take the lead. We'll take over 1st and 10 now at the 20-yard line.
12 plays, 66 yards, ends with the big interception by Williams in the end zone. Nobody bid on that play action.
Nope. Even I could see it coming. 1st and 10 here now. Lumberjack O needs to get something going. We had 270 yards of offense, I think, at the half. We've got 310 in the game now, so just 40 yards of offense here in the second half.
Well, those sacks have really come up and bitten us.
1st and 10 here from our own 20. Jeremy Moses brings them back out. 2 receivers wide right. Tyrell Williams, the tight end to the right side. Moses short set. Going up top. Edison behind everybody. Has to wait for it.
Intercepted.
It's picked off at the 45. Underthrown and picked off. Returning to the 40. At the 30. Hit at the 29 and down right there. That's Adam Fritz, the cornerback. Edison was behind everybody, but the pass underthrown, and the defense is going to have to go back out there and go back to work.
That's our 3rd interception in our last 4 possessions.
So Moses just underthrows that one, couldn't get it out there far enough. Dominique had a step, and if he leads him, if he throws it 3 or 4 more yards further, everybody's jumping up and down up here because we've got a 6-point lead. Instead, the Lumberjack defense is back out there trying to protect 29 yards of real estate here. 34-34 with 8:40 to play.
Giving them a short field again. The last 2 times we've done this, they've gone deep right away and scored.
Wing to the right side here for the Jackrabbits. Split in left. Now bring that wing back in motion. Give it to Minett. Minett coming left. Hit from the backside. That's Andre Hicks chasing it down. A short gain down to about the 26-yard line. Give him about 3 yards on the carry as Kyle Minett will get 3 down to the 26. Clock will roll with 8:22 to play. Still a lot of time in this one, but you just kind of get the feeling that the next one to score wins here tonight. 2nd down and 7 now. Wing, or actually tight end right. Now he'll come into a wing set over here. I set behind Barry, the quarterback. Jacks walks some people up. Give it to Minett, left side. Hit at the 25. He might get to the 24. That's where they'll mark him down, inside the 24, actually. And it will bring up 3rd down and about 4. Terrence Nurse there for the Lumberjacks. Nose of the ball just outside the 23-yard line. So 3rd down at 4 from the Lumberjack 23-yard line. Clock rolling, 7:40 to go. Score tied at 34.
3rd down tonight, conversions. 1 of 12 for the Jackrabbits.
Berry will work out of the shotgun this time with Minett set to his left. 3rd down and 4. Jacks walking up. They bring pressure.
Nicky.
He can't get him. Berry will run away at the 20, at the 15. He'll slide down there as Tim was just a half step away from getting his 5th sack of the night.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he saw it, he was counting it, and Berry just stepped up a little bit, and he couldn't correct enough to grab him.
Berry down to the 16-yard line, fresh set of downs for the Jackrabbits. As the clock rolls with 7:15 to play. Score knotted at 34. They were here a moment ago, and Jabbar Williams picked them off in the end zone. They'll bring a wing left this time with Minett the setback. Berry under center this time for the Jackrabbits, brings that wing in motion. Give it to Minett, right tackle. Stacked up pretty well, but he still manages to get a couple out of it down near the 13-yard line. As Nurse and Kenneth Charles were there for the Lumberjacks. A gain of a couple, maybe close to 3. 2nd down and 7.
Mark it down at the 14. 6:36 left here in the ball game.
2nd down and 7. Lumberjack defense trying to hold once again.
Everybody's got all their timeouts at this point.
Tight end goes left, actually 2 tight ends. Flanker right. Now the tight end to the left comes back to a fullback, and we've got confusion by the Jackrabbits at a timeout taken by the coaching staff. So with 6:16 to play here in the ball game, score tied at 34. Timeout as the Jackrabbits take their first. We'll take it as well. Lumberjack football continues after this.
SFA Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors for their support. Fish and Still John Deere, nothing runs like a deer. State Farm, Brookshire Brothers, Excel Car Wash, Cellular One, and Tipton Ford.
Score tied at 34. South Dakota State looks at a 2nd down and 7 now following the timeout. They straighten out the confusion. They'll line it back up again. Narrow splits and 2 tight ends. Now the tight end to the right lines up as a fullback in the eye. Bring the split in motion from the right side. Toss it going left. Minett stacked up, trying to reverse his field. Can't get away. He'll go down for a loss. Back at the 18-yard line.
Logan Mullins is in there on that tackle for the loss.
Weekender Sard also there for the Lumberjacks, all the way back to the 16-yard line. A loss of about 3, almost 4. 3rd down and 10 now. Huge play. 3rd and 10 to convert here. Trying to hold South Dakota State to a field goal. Remember, we blocked one at the end of the first half.
All right, they're going with a big spread here. 4 receivers.
Send trips to the right side, 1 left. And at the setback, flanked to Berry's left. Berry out of the shotgun this time. Takes the snap. Pressure. Here's the flanker screen. Smith has blockers at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Jackrabbits. As Jerron Harris with the grab on the little slip screen and weaves his way in from 16 yards out, and the Jackrabbits take their first lead of the night with 5:24 to play here in the ball game.
6 plays, 29 yards, but that 16-yard reception to Harris, that's his longest reception of the night.
So the extra point to come, and it's up, and that one's good. So with 5:24 to play, the Jackrabbits now lead 40-34 here over the Lumberjacks as Jerron Harris.
Since the Jacks scored 10 points to start the third quarter with a field goal and a touchdown, South Dakota State has now scored 35 unanswered points. The Jacks have got to pick it up right now and respond. It's now or never.
And during that time, we've thrown, 3 interceptions?
We've thrown 3 interceptions in our last 4 possessions.
So rolling along beautifully in the first half. Everything seemed to be clicking pretty well.
We go back to when Aaron Ray scored that touchdown, that 43-yard reception down the sideline. We come back out. We run 5 plays. Moses gets sacked. We punt. We come back out on the second play of the next series and throw an interception. We come back out on the next series, 2 incomplete passes, an interception. We come back out on the next series, 2 incompletes, a sack, and we punt. And we come right back out after our big interception in the end zone with all the momentum in the world, Brad, and we throw another interception on our end of the field and give them a short stick going in.
Vincent Purvis.
Our own worst enemies right here.
Yep, Vincent Purvis, who had a great return the last time, back deep again for the Jacks, and he'll get another opportunity here, this time from the 6-yard line as he looks it in. Up the gut, the 10, the 20, makes a man miss the 30. Vincent outside to the 40, cuts it back, Vincent at midfield. He's going to go at the 30.
There's no
down the 20, the 10, touchdown, Lumberjacks.
And he's going to get a penalty for spiking the ball.
I'll take it. Vincent Purvis goes the distance, and the Jacks are an extra point away from tying it up. Wow.
Man.
So Purvis had a great return on the last one out to the 40-yard line. That time he weaves through traffic.
90 how much? 92, 93
I think
yards?
so.
Because it was inside the 10 where he caught it.
94 yards officially. I think he caught it at about the 6. Wait for the officials' explanation on the flags.
Well, now the flag is on the kickoff, not on the extra point, is it?
Well, I think they have their option. And that's what they're asking the South Dakota State bench right now. So that's one way to get some points back on the board as the special teams come up with another huge return as we await Roger Gaskamp's explanation.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 24, spiking the football, 15-yard penalty, we assessed on the try.
All right, so the extra point's going to be spotted just outside the 25. That's going to make it a 35-yard extra point from right in the middle of the field.
So Corey Long can tie this thing up with a 36-yard extra point here. So the Jackrabbits electing to take it here to try to make the extra point a bit more difficult. Snap back, Corey's kick is up, and it's good! So the score is tied at 41. 5:12 remain as Vincent Purvis takes the kick and goes 94 yards. And we are tied at 41. That snaps a string of 35 unanswered. And we finally get the touchdown. First kickoff return in a while for the Lumberjacks as we look that one up. And it ties it up at 41.
Well, now we're back in the hands of that Lumberjack defense. If we can get out, first of all, we got to cover the kick.
First kick return for a touchdown since Richard Daniels went 100 yards against Northern Iowa back in 2000.
Wow. Richard Daniels. I got to think back a long time to remember when Richard was playing.
So a 100-yard return by Richard Daniels against the Panthers. A 94-yarder right there by Vincent Purvis.
82 points have been scored here tonight. We've still got 5 minutes to go.
So now the Lumberjack defense will try to get the ball back one more time for them from this South Dakota State offense, which has been rolling here in the second half. Numbers now. Jacks 306 yards of offense in the game. South Dakota State 385, 278 through the air for the Jackrabbits. Jacks have passed for 310. We've rushed it 16 times for -4, but those sacks are a big part of that.
The sacks. And the thing that's happened here in the second half that's allowed the Jackrabbits to get back in its time of possession. We talked about it how at halftime it was 15 plus to 14 plus. Well, right now it's almost 33 to 22 the Jackrabbits have really jumped up on time of possession. They've controlled the ball, controlled the line of scrimmage.
Here's Long's kick taken at the 7. Returned up the field to the 20, the 25, an arm tackle broken at the 28 and down to about the 37-yard line.
37-yard line.
Goes Gant. And that is a return right there of about 31 yards. Roderick Gaffney on the stop for the Lumberjacks. South Dakota State again with a good return, as there have been some great returns tonight, both sides of the ball. And the Jackrabbits here with 5:05 to go have the football, 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Nicky, Williams, Nurse,
Boy,
Choice are all on the field right now. Ain't nobody on the sideline resting at this moment.
You need one more big sack, you get a feeling. Here's Barry to pass. Barry steps up, he'll run. Barry at the 40, and he'll go down at about the 43-yard line. He'll get about 6 yards on that run. Kendall Jernigan there, as they'll knock him down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. So Barry that time didn't waste much time as he tucked it and ran pretty quickly. Nicky rushing wide each time, and that time Barry stepping up inside of him.
Yeah, I still think we need to get a linebacker that's shadowing him, shadowing that quarterback right now. That'll cause some confusion.
2nd down and 4, wing to the left side. Minett the setback. Wing in motion, give it to Minett.
Oh, boy!
Tim Nicky hits him in the mouth at the 43. Woo! A loss of 1 on the play, 3rd down and 5. 4:15 to play, scored tied at 41.
It was like he was invisible coming through there. He hit him so quick.
Nicky hit him right square in the mouth and drops him for a loss of 1 back at the 43-yard line. They are now 3 of 14 on 3rd downs after starting out, I think, 0 for 10. They're 3 for 14.
Come on, guys.
Here's a big one here.
Got to cover right now. You got to watch the quarterback.
3 men down front for the Lumberjacks. Out of the gun, Jackrabbits. Logan Mullins showing blitz over on the right side. They'll bring it. Here's Barry. He'll throw it over the middle. Catch made by Fox at the SFA 41. They'll convert on 3rd down. Fresh set of downs at our 40.
Fox had man-to-man coverage out there and got behind the linebacker. The linebacker just couldn't recover quick enough.
Gain of 17 on the play. 1st down, Jackrabbits at the Lumberjack 40-yard line. Clock rolling now. 3:33 to go. SFA defense must come up with a stop. 1st and 10 here for South Dakota State. Eye set. Give it to the tailback, Minett. Stacked up, chased down, dropped from behind at the 41. Jabara Williams from the backside, a loss of 1. Timeout, Lumberjacks.
You know, this is when guys have got to start going for the ball, too. You've got to start going after the ball.
Timeout, Stephen F. Austin.
So the Jacks take a timeout. We'll take it as well. 3:15 to play. Barn burner in Nacogdoches, 41 apiece. We're back in just a moment. In this one, score is tied at 44. South Dakota State with the football at our 41-yard line with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. Jackrabbits will swing trips to the left side. One receiver comes wide to the right. Jacks jumping up front, did not get back. Flags fly. There's a pass out in the left flat.
And it's incomplete. Oh, boy.
Stops the clock. It would have been 3rd and 11. Instead, they're going to get 5 yards and get another shot at 2nd down. As we were showing pressure.
Offside. Number 48 on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
And Logan Mullins is guilty of the offsides. And that'll move the ball down to the 36-yard line. Second down and about 6 now for the Jackrabbits from our 36. Clock will stop for a moment with 3:11 to play. And Ryan Berry will work out of the shotgun. Berry on the night, 26 of 39 for 295 yards through the air. Works out of the gun. Give it to Minett inside. Minett inside the 25, the 35 rather, inside the 30, and Minett will have a first down to the 28-yard line, a gain of about 8. And that will stop the clock for a moment, but it will give South Dakota State a new set of downs.
Timeout. Stephen F. Austin. Second charge. Team timeout of the half.
And as you can hear, timeout by the Lumberjacks as we will have one remaining with 3:04 to play. And I think right now you just got to make sure everybody's on the same page defensively and try to get a stop here.
Yep, they're going to
at least hold them to a field goal.
You got to hold them right here. You've got to be thinking about if they run the ball again, somebody's got to stand him up, and everybody else has got to try to strip that ball loose. Your defensive backs cannot lose sight of their receivers. Everything gets broken up. There's just no second chances right now, guys. We've got to get the ball back, barring all costs. We've got to get our offense back on the field. You've got one timeout left, and you've got to save that for your offense.
So the Lumberjacks here are 1st and 10 for the South Dakota State offense at the 28-yard line. Just making sure.
Both teams have had 14 possessions tonight. This is the 15th possession here for the Jackrabbits. Both teams have scored on 7 of 14 possessions. Unbelievable. It's been some night.
41-41 is the score with 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. Jack scoring the last points of the game on a 94-yard kickoff return by Vincent Purvis. But the Jackrabbits right now threatening to take a lead once again. 3:04 to play. Here's Berry under center. Turns, gives it to Minett. Minett picking his way, dives it forward down to about the 26. A gain of a couple. Nurse on the stop for the Lumberjacks. And it'll bring up second down and 10. Clock will roll with 2:50 to play. The Lumberjacks down to one timeout. Second down and 8. So it's right here, it's pretty much do or die time on this set of downs, I would think, for the Lumberjacks. Can you get a stop?
Jackrabbits kicker, his long kick is 42 this year.
So right now they're right at the edge of his range.
They're right at the edge of his range.
Second down and 8. He's over there kicking into the net. Here's Berry out of the gun. Give it to Minett. Coming right. He's stacked up.
Get the ball.
Tries to stay alive, but can't. He'll go down at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Kenneth Charles plugs it up for the Lumberjacks. Actually, they're going to man on the far side gives him up near the 25, maybe a yard on the carry. And he'll spot it at the 26.
When they get him stood
Third
up like
down and
that,
7.
They got him standing up, and he's trying to wiggle around. Oh, I'm wanting somebody to grab that ball.
Jacks take their final timeout. With 2:03 remaining, J.C. Harper electing to take the timeouts here on defense and hopefully give his offense a little time to work with here, and hopefully, at worst, trailing by just 3.
If the Jackrabbits do try to kick the field goal, we have blocked the field goal tonight. We got close on another one where we did end up roughing the kicker, but that's got to be going through his mind also.
You would like to see, you want to hold them so that you don't give them that 4th and 2 or 3, and they would, I can't imagine that they would try to go for it on 4th down here. They're going to kick the field goal, you would think, but make them kick a long one.
No, if they're going to do anything right now, they're going to run the ball back towards the middle of the field. They're going to try to get it set up. If they have to go for the field goal, they're going to put him in the best possible position.
Got a left-footed kicker. The ball right now is on the left hash mark at the 26-yard line.
So that ball's going to hook from your left to right.
So he would have to start this one at the post on the left side and hopefully bring it back in. But you just hope that it comes down to that for them. You don't want to give up a big third down conversion here. On third downs tonight, they're 4 of 15, but I think they're about 4 for their last 6 in the game. Third down and 7. The fans get in it. Berry will work out of the shotgun. Minett is set to his right. 2 tight ends for the Jackrabbits.
He's going to throw.
He will pass, looking left, flanker screen. It's hit off his feet at the 26, no gain. That's Terrence Nurse with the stop. Jacks are celebrating defensively, but you got another play to play here, as it'll be 4th down and about 7 from the 25-yard line.
They're bringing the field goal team out right now.
42-yard attempt. This would match his season long.
Right from almost from the middle of the field.
He is 2 of 3 tonight. Had 1 blocked. Reifenrath, left-footed kicker, a sophomore from Iowa. Snap back, hold down, kick is on its way. It is hooking. It is good.
Oh, man.
He hooks it just inside the right upright, and with 1:19 to play, the Jackrabbits lead the Lumberjacks 44-41. Can the Lumberjack offense answer? Will they kick it deep to Vincent Purvis? Kind of doubt that. We'll find out all that here in just a second. It's going to come down to the offense, though, with a chance to win it here tonight as we trail it 41-44 here to South Dakota State.
9 play, 37 yards on that drive. It took 3 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock. It ended up with that 42-yard field goal. We'll see what we've got left in our tank right now.
1:19, no timeouts for the Lumberjacks, trailing by 3. First time, or honestly the second time we've been behind tonight. The other time South Dakota State gained a lead, they went up 41-34 on us, kicked it off. Vincent Purvis with 94 yards and tied it back up at 41.
Purvis and Ray are your deep guys.
As Matt said, a 37-yard drive, 9 plays, 3:46 off the clock. They lead 44-41. They've left 1:19 on the clock for us. Will it be enough for the Lumberjack offense to work with? You know, you want to kick it deep because you don't want to give us a short field, but you do. You kick it back there to 2 dangerous return guys. So here's Reifenrath with the kick, a squibber, bouncing.
Let it go out of bounds.
It will go out of bounds, and the flag will fly. We'll get it at the 40 without any time going off the clock. So that's perhaps the best case.
You know, now it comes down to Jeremy Moses and company.
40-yard line, 1st and 10.
And let's just take it as they give it. But just we've got to remember.
Corey had a 46-yarder. I think that's his career long in the first half tonight.
3 of our last 4 possessions, I don't want to say it, but we have thrown interceptions. We've got to be smart now.
So Moses, 1st and 10 from the 40 now.
Working the sideline.
Here's Jeremy to pass, going up top to Edison into coverage. Edison goes up and gets it at the 35. Dominique, his biggest catch of the night.
How did he get that ball?
Edison made the play that time.
There's no way that he comes down with that ball.
Dominique with a huge grab.
24 yards on that reception.
1st and 10 now at their 34-yard line. Put it in the end zone, 1:07 to play. Here's Moses to pass over the middle. Williams catch down at the 23. That's 10 yards. That'll stop the clock for a moment. Remember, the Jacks are out of timeouts. 1 minute to play. A touchdown wins it. 1 minute to go. Moses and company. That's what this offense was designed for. Here we go. Jacks down 3. Jeremy takes the snap, rolling right. Tyrell out of bounds at the 14.
First down.
First down, Lumberjacks knocking on the door. This is what it was designed to do. Move it quickly. Now you stick it where it's painted down here and win this thing. 50.5 to go. 44-41. Lumberjacks down 3. Jacks out of timeout. Some confusion out there now as Aaron Ray goes back to the right. You still got a lot of time on the play clock, 22 seconds left, so still plenty of time. Here's Moses out of the gun again. They bring pressure. Screen underneath. Tyrone Ross off his hands, incomplete.
Through his hands. He knows it. He knows it. I think he heard footsteps.
Stops the clock with 47.5 seconds to play. Ball spotted at the 14-yard line.
South Dakota State was bringing pressure that time. They were bringing 6 people. Ross, had he caught it, boy, I'll tell you what, he'd have had a lot of room.
Jacks playing without Dwayne Brooks right now. As we send 3 men wide to the left side, Contravius Parks is the near man in the slot. Jackrabbits showing pressure.
They're coming hard.
Here's Moses, rolls away from it. Jeremy looking right to the end zone. Lumberjacks! Oh! Touchdown, Lumberjacks!
You had Ross and Williams in the end zone, and I think he threw it the tougher guy because Williams was coming across. He threw that over Ross's head. Ross had to go up and make a behind-the-head catch. Oh, my gosh.
Seconds remain. Jacks can go up 4. A big extra point right here for the Lumberjacks. Would take a touchdown to beat you. Dalton Williams to hold. There's the kick. It's good.
Yeah.
We lead by 4. Wow.
5 plays, 60 yards. Started off with the 24-yard circus catch to Dominic Edison. Tyrone Williams gets in the action. 10-yard reception for a first down. 14-yard reception for a first down. Finished off Tyrone Ross, 14-yard catch down the boundary in the end zone, over the head, backing up.
Wow.
Man.
Well, the offense did their job. We got the ball back with 1:19 to play and take only, 39 seconds off the clock to score.
Too quick.
Perhaps, but I'll take my chances the way the defense has been playing.
I will too.
Because it's pin your ears back time right now. 24 points in the fourth quarter by South Dakota State. They took the lead 44-41 with 1:19 to play. Had to be feeling pretty good. The Lumberjack offense had been bottled up most of the second half. But they ignite here in the final minute, and a chance to knock off a top 20 ranked team here tonight. Corey Long will kick it. Fish and Still kick. Fish and Still, your official John Deere dealer in Nacogdoches. 92 points. I don't know what the overs were, but I don't think it was that high. Here's a squibber taken by the up man at the 32. Up the field at the 40 and down at the 44-yard line. And that's where the Jackrabbits will take over. They've got 2 timeouts remaining and 37 seconds left in the game. Down 4, got to have a touchdown to win it.
Well, they're going to do the same thing the Lumberjacks just did. They're going to go with a no-huddle offense. They're going to throw the ball for the boundary and try to get out of bounds and stop the clock. And as you just said, they've got 2 timeouts.
Ryan Berry is 27 of 40 for 296 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Jackson got 3 safeties, 15 yards off the ball.
They'll rush 3. 3 men wide to the left side.
Got a linebacker standing in the middle. He's going to shadow the quarterback.
Deep over the middle. Catch made at the 35, down at the 32-yard line. Big chunk of territory there as they'll move it well into SFA territory, all the way down to the 32.
Highland on the catch.
And it'll be a first down there with 30 seconds remaining. Here's Barry to pass again. Barry flushed, hit. He'll run away from pressure. At the 35, lets it fly, throws that one away. That'll stop the clock with 21 seconds remaining. Tim Nickey leaving it all out there tonight, pulling himself to his feet back at the 40.
Boy, I thought we had him for a sack again.
So the defense trying to come up with another play. 21 seconds remain. SFA leads 48-44. The first of a 3-game homestand. Perhaps what this team needs, a win here and a chance to build on it for the conference game of next week. 2nd and 10, 3 men down, front up for the Lumberjacks. 8 back. Barry will pass, I'm sure. 2nd and 10, here he is, short set. Looking left, flushed underneath, catch made at about the 19-yard line. That's good for a first down.
That's Harris.
And tackled immediately, first down. And South Dakota State, I think, will burn one of their 2 timeouts. 15 seconds remaining. They can throw it in the end zone here with a chance to win it. So South Dakota State has 1 timeout left, and it's going to come down to about 3 plays here with just under 16 seconds left on the clock.
They've had 2 passes, 22-yard reception and a 15-yard reception. They've moved from the 45 down to the 18, and as you've said, a long 15 seconds is still left, and they've got a timeout left.
1st and 10, so again, a time, the way they've been doing it, time for about 3 plays here. You got to keep them out of the end zone. We lead 48-44.
Been a little bit of everything tonight.
Jacks bringing 3, the first plays of this drive. Will we bring a bit more pressure here with less territory to cover on the backside and try to get a little pressure in Barry's face? And we'll bring 4 defensive linemen in this time as Sorrett comes in, Nicky, Charles, and Andre Hicks. So 4 down linemen.
They're going with the spread.
Yep. As we go 1st and 10 here. Trips to the right side for the Jackrabbits. Barry to pass. Barry steps underneath. Minett at the 15. Minett reverses at the 10. Minett at the 5. Minett rolling down to the 3-yard line.
I'll tell you what, he came out of the backfield and nobody picked him up.
1st down. They'll take a timeout with 7 seconds remaining. So it's going to come down to this. 7 seconds left. South Dakota State actually at the
2-yard line.
As they burn their last timeout. And it's going to come down to 1 defensive play here, the chance perhaps to win it.
Well, they're either going to go for the run and try to score, or they're going to try to do 2 pass plays, let an incomplete pass stop the clock. And that's what they might do. They might try to throw on this down, incomplete, come back with a running play.
So the Lumberjacks tonight, 44, they lead 48-44, but there's 7.7 seconds remaining. And South Dakota State has it, 1st and goal to go at our 2-yard line. It's been entertaining, if nothing else, but Jacks right now looking for 1 more defensive play. Picked them off once in the end zone earlier. But when South Dakota State got it rolling, they have been tough. Minett has been tough tonight. Minett, 32 carries, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the night. Ryan Berry has carried it 18 times for 19 yards and 1 score himself. They'll work out of the gun. Minett is set to his left. Jacks with 2 yards of territory to protect. Minett takes the snap.
Jacks are offsides.
Throws it to the back of the end zone, out of bounds, incomplete.
Now let's see whether the Jacks were or whether their guy jumped. Because I know that we flinched.
I thought I heard whistles, but.
Offsides. Defense, number 96. Half the distance to the goal.
That gets it to the 1.
Remains 1st down.
And there's 2.6 left. So, 1 play now.
Well, you got to think they're going to run it with that big offensive line. They're going to come in with a power set. They're going to put all that beef up in there. They're going to block them all down, and they're just going to try to ram it right at us.
I would either that or look for the quarterback to fake that and
Claiborne,
roll it out.
Claiborne comes out, but he runs back on the field here.
Actually, they'll work out of the shotgun. Now bring that wing to the left side. He'll come in motion to lead it. Here's the option.
Quarterback
coming right. Here's the pitch to Minett. Minett is in. Touchdown.
With no time on the clock.
So the Jackrabbits get it in from a yard out and take a 50-48 lead. They will not attempt the extra point as time has expired. The officials will leave the field and the Jacks will fall tonight 50-48. So the final, Lumberjacks fall 50-48 on the final play of the game. The Jackrabbits get in from a yard out, and the comeback bid is spoiled here as the Jacks scored with 40 seconds remaining to take a 48-44 lead, but could not hold, and the Jackrabbits move right down the field and score and win it 50-48. We'll be back to wrap this one up when Lumberjack football continues after this.
official corporate sponsor of SFA Athletics. Tipton Ford. Get there.
Being right where you are is the most important part of who we are. That's how we discover the important things. The stuff that builds a relationship and helps Bancorp South bankers provide personalized service. They're why we make decisions locally, one friend at a time. On your next visit to our office or website, ask about Bancorp South's new performance checking, featuring a bonus rate on balances up to $30,000. Bancorp South, right where you are.
Capacity crowd here today.
Raising Cane's customer up at the line. Good formation. She's got the chicken finger box. Rolling right.
Hold the phone. She's handing off her Cane's box combo. Going for a Cane sandwich and lemonade.
A beautifully executed option. Defining grace under pressure.
From always fresh, never frozen.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers.
Visit Raising Cane's on North Street across from SFA.
I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you. Yes, I wanna thank you.
Thanks to all the members of the SFA family, like these, for showcasing their SFA spirit. Show your SFA pride by joining the